Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension featuring Dan and Bob Video Games.
You see that mountain, Bob?
Yeah.
You can download that mountain on your phone, so that way it's ready when you stick the disc in.
Oh, great.
KZ Excellent.
I say words.
And Mr. Feel.
Your right hand comes off.
Here on GigaBoots.
Now, Bob, I played Resident Evil 2 a lot.
Right.
I didn't play Resident Evil 1 a lot.
Of course not.
Now, the monsters in 2,
Uh-huh.
you know, they're Tyrant-esque, but they're using the G-Virus, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. X, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's good. He's a really crazy guy.
He seems like a really cool version of the Tyrant. The Tyrant's pretty neat. I had never seen how the Tyrant battle goes in Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
I didn't think you got a magical rocket launcher that despawns him.
Yeah, no, I wasn't ready for that.
That's and that's in the GameCube remake, so I'm wondering if the PS1 version looks better somehow. Like the explosion bits look a little bit more chunky.
Right, maybe it just knocks him over or something, then the house blowing up finishes him. I don't know.
It doesn't just turn him into a fine mist.
Yeah, it's just completely evaporate. Oh, man.
Speaking of putting special effects over a thing to simulate it, not thinking about how two-dimensional and weird it looks. So I watched the 20-second Case Closed movie.
Oh, no.
Zero the Enforcer. As a big Case Closed fan, I would not recommend anyone watch this movie, but since it's Discotheque, you know, ramping up them releasing Case Closed movies over here, I had to own it. There's a scene where they're outdoors in the rain talking, and one of them's holding an umbrella, and instead of animating rain hitting the umbrella, they put a special effects package for transparent rain over the umbrella.
Yeah, no, it's just like the worst particle effect you can imagine just shoved in there.
So it's the same reaction it would get from you filming a street, having water hit it, but it's all on different layers of the umbrella in the most jarring looking way possible.
This is like some Isolation 119 shit.
It really was. That wasn't the worst part, though. The worst part of that movie is, the plot. But ignoring that and going for something more fun than that, the worst part of that movie is undoubtedly this dude. He begins the scene, and him talking is fine. He tilts his head. They didn't adjust the lighting on the mouth flap. He now has a circle around his mouth for the rest of the scene.
It was like super early Bleach. I was talking about how we were we weren't even doing that show, but we were basically experiencing that.
I was like, since we already got in that headspace, I was like, geez, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna nominate Rachel or Ron for best dressed because she wore 4 different outfits. One of them was a denim skirt. Very fancy. You don't see them invest that much effort in her wardrobe in all of the movies I own. But, you know, they had to put their effort somewhere because it certainly wasn't the script. God.
Yeah, no, this was genuinely a terrible Case Closed movie.
And a terrible movie.
Yes.
And a terrible, I make fun of Case Closed two-parters a lot, you know, because many times it's like, man, this isn't a complicated enough mystery to justify 40 minutes. All of those are better than this movie. There is no episode of Case Closed I've seen that's worse than this film. Do not watch this film ever.
What, you didn't like how the final dramatic conclusion is something basically unrelated to the crime? It's just almost random happenstance?
Yeah, that was great. God. Oh, God. Anyway, I have the other Discotheque film, the Case Closed Special Episode 1, which is retelling of the opening of Case Closed as a movie, on its way. I'll be watching that sometime in the next week or two. But we played a lot of Resident Evil. We played Resident Evil 1 all the way through.
We did.
We talked about that a bit. We played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 on the Xbox One X all the way through while listening to Mouth Dreams, the new Neil Cicierega album, the 4th in the Mouth Sounds chronology.
It's great.
Something somebody missed. The teaser for that album used that Green Day song "Wake Me Up When September Ends." It was released on the last day of September.
Fuck up. Fuck up. You.
That album's incredible. I woke up this morning and went, why do I have a song from the 80s stuck in my head? I never listened to that song. Oh, it was in that album. Oh, God, it's already brain damaging me. Like I'm half asleep just zoning out while peeing, thinking about why I have this song stuck in my head.
And then it's all over the floor, and you're like, damn you.
Damn you, Neil Cicierega, you pissed on my leg. How dare you?
Ooh.
But yeah, that stream's really fun and really great. If YouTube's gonna blow my ass up bringing it over, so just go over to Twitch. The VOD should be up for a little bit longer. Yeah, that was a great stream. I would love to do that again. Maybe do mouth dreams and then move to mouth moods or mouth silence. KZ, have you listened to these albums? I'm just curious.
No.
Oh my god.
No, but I'm aware of this man and his evil.
You have no idea what you're missing.
What are you talking about, his evil? This man is a patron of the arts. This man is a philanthropist.
Very Dancore.
Really good albums. But I think that's basically all I played this week, right, Bob? Am I blanking on something?
I feel like you played something else, but I'm
like
not
Saturday
sure.
or Sunday. We played Resident Evil 4 after last Thursday.
I guess we did. Yeah, that was last Friday, right?
Seems that way, but I'm uncertain.
Everything's a blur.
We're streaming too often and at too late in the day.
Yes.
And for too long.
Oh, yeah, Resident Evil 4 definitely happened after Big Think, because I came in while editing it.
Okay.
There we go. Resident Evil 4 is amazing. If you've never played it, go play it, and you will understand every 7th gen game you've ever played. Ever.
If you've ever played a 7th gen game where you shoot the base of a lever to make it turn, it got it from this.
That's Lords of Shadow. It did that. It had that moment of, this weapon doesn't solve this problem except for in this one puzzle, and we're going to stare at you like, why didn't you figure it out, buddy?
I keep thinking about the guy who despawned in 4 and how... Like, he was a random guy, basically.
Yes.
We shot him with the mine thrower, which is this gun that you shoot sticky mines.
Yeah, they're mine darts. They just go, and then they explode. And it just despawns a dude, and we lose our minds. Fast forward 5 days, we do that to the tyrant.
Yeah, the tyrant of all things.
What an exciting conclusion to both games. But yeah, Resident Evil 4, great soundtrack, really great. They're definitely going to use that in the remake.
God. Yeah, the soundtrack and everything about the audio mixing is definitely the weakest part of that game.
You mean the part where you get in an enemy encounter, which is most of the game, and it just starts playing blaring spooky music?
They're just sound effects for enemies that are coming from everywhere instead of anywhere near where they are.
Yeah, like an enemy can be far off in the distance and it'll just be maximum volume left pan.
Yes.
So you're like, oh shit, there's an enemy to the left of me, and then it's a mile that way. But yeah, no, that game's really fun. It has a lot of great mechanics. Playing through it, I had 7th gen PTSD. I wish I could have played it before 7th gen happened. I think I made like 5 more than it. I'm going to go back and replay 5 once the PS5's out.
Right.
Because it doesn't lock 60 on PS4. And while I could play it on PC, I'd rather not. So I'll just wait till the PS5 comes out, check it out there.
Well, what about your... Oh, that's tragic. It's no longer September, so you can't... The themed month of Resident Evil you did by accident is over.
Yeah, the stealth Resident Evil themed month is over. Also, if I do it on PC, I'm just going to do that mod that puts Wesker's model on that one short guy, Irving.
Yes.
What's the matter, Chris? And I'm just like, I'm stroking out. And, I would like a normal playthrough of that game again to judge it, because, of course, if I play it that way, I'll be like, this game's a 10 out of 10. So much better than Resident Evil 4. What were your thoughts on revisiting Resident Evil 4, Bob?
There's some parts of that game that are still absolutely amazing. It probably should have ended like a lot sooner. A lot of things should have been clipped a bit shorter, but there's still some just absolute gold in there.
Even with how many times I've played it, there are parts where I'm like, I know this is in the game, but I forget where, because it's so much shit.
Yeah, like the cave stuff just feels like it's stapled on.
Like the whole like the tombs in the castle where you go through the fucking mummy mines.
Yeah.
And then there's the weird bug room where the door melts like it's made of chocolate.
Yeah.
When the sun hits it. That whole segment feels super superfluous. And then you have earlier there's like the Diablo hell room that Leon gets onto the insane contraption to go across a chasm of lava.
Yeah. While playing, I was just like, I think this was 3 games. And they all just became one, which makes sense with the rest of the production that we know.
Yeah.
I mean, Resident Evil 4 is an appropriate name because it was made 4 times before they shipped it.
Yeah.
By the way, I found a really good screen cap of Wesker Irving. Please enjoy.
I hate you now.
Yeah.
It's him looking at a really good hamburger.
Oh, man. But no, Resident Evil 4 is like, as Phil said, they rebooted it so many times while making it one time that it was basically 4 times. If it wasn't literally 4 times. Like,
I think it was actually 4 times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's part of why it's so immaculate, because they got to do what nobody has ever done. Just be like, no, this isn't good. Remake the entire game.
But then it still feels like there's these other chunks of games in there. So it's weird.
Yeah, they kept some levels that work. But yeah, the game is also much longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to the island, you expect there's maybe a short section and then the final boss. Not 5 more hours.
You're right. The island feels like this is it. This is the end, and then it just keeps going.
And then there's the military base part of the island that has almost like a civilization, and then there's the ancient ruins.
Yeah, I forgot the ancient ruins are on the island too. What in the world is this game?
Then there's the underground death chasm with the ridiculous contraption you fight the space alien boss in.
Yes.
Yeah,
where Sadler's
what?
Yeah,
Sadler's just like, I'm going to send my filler boss at you.
Yeah, things escalate a little much in Resident Evil 4. Like, it's kind of insane.
it's like I killed the main bad guy, and Sadler's like, who? And I'm like, oh shit.
Like, but you mean the guy? Yeah, I just killed the guy who was the antagonist for the past 7 hours. He didn't matter at all.
Who cares, man?
That guy's a fucking idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I thought he was like the main bad guy. That's how I felt playing through that anyway. So I had a bit of a stroke when I just off him, and there's hours of the game left.
I like when we're just like, it feels like we're in a completely weird area where things just don't add up, and it's like, how did we even get here? And then we find a gigantic statue of that guy. It's like, what is happening?
It was kind of like Impact from Mystical Ninja Goemon.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing needs to stay though.
It does. It definitely does.
I agree.
The statue that comes alive and chases you?
Yes, we should keep that. You should maybe have a battle with it after running away. You just man some turrets.
Yeah, I don't know. Going to remake this. Just how crackheaded are they going to go for it? Because this whole game is insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
I feel like has such a reputation they're going to keep in almost everything. I think they will cut out some of the things that need to be cut, like the underground minecart tomb segment. But like, I feel like they're gonna keep so much stupid shit.
What is it? The Krauser QTE fight? They need to add like 10 more QTEs to that and 2 more minutes of them fighting.
It's fine. It's really easy once you know the speedrunner trick.
I just want them to be longer and more ridiculous.
I don't know. I think that they're going to add in full knife combat in a way that we haven't seen before, and it's going to be an actual fight scene.
That'd be great. I'd be so down for that.
Okay. Save some of this for Gamer Premonitions for Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Leon, you remember the basics of CQC, right? Oh man. Anyways, Bob.
Yeah.
What else did you play this week?
Like other than the Resident Evil stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like we talked about
we have. One is still super weird. I didn't know Crimson Heads were only for that remake. And they make the game just worse.
Yeah, that's how I felt. That's why I stopped playing. I was like, oh, I needed to burn all of their bodies. Well, I did that 0 times. Fuck playing this.
Let's see. I actually read through Burn the Witch and to get ready for the anime they're making of it. That's the new manga made by Kubo Tite of Bleach fame.
That's tight.
He
of zombie powder fame.
Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that thing that was canceled immediately.
But it's all up for free on Viz's website, so you can go check it out. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be free, but I think it's at least till next week because they want to kind of get people hyped for the anime that's coming out. So that was pretty neat. It was really cool to go read some more of this and see that he's still able to make neat worlds and just cool characters and stuff. So I'm excited to see more of it. I assume it's just going... I don't know if the anime is going to retell this manga stuff or it's just going to build straight off of it, expecting you to have read it. We'll see.
Do you think they're going to do the thing they do in, like, Cromartie?
If you want to know more, read the manga. Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would... I have to imagine they just do a super truncated version of what's in the manga at the beginning of the anime. Because it's only 4 chapters and plus one special chapter they did when he first introduced it. But some of the chapters are like 50 pages. So
yeah, they're big.
They're not like... This isn't like a typical 4 chapters show and jump. The other thing I played was Genshin Impact, the new Chinese free-to-play...
Breath of the Wild...
I also played that a bunch.
Gotcha.
Same.
Do you have any other games you played other than that, Bob?
I played a couple minutes of Rogue Company.
Okay, talk about that, then we'll get into Genshin for everyone.
Sure.
What, you don't think me and Phil played Rogue Company?
I don't even know what Rogue Company is.
What do you mean? We've talked about Rogue Company in 3 big things.
Yeah, let me explain. Rogue Company is the one where it cuts to that guy's face and he goes, "I'm murder face."
Rogue Company's the one where Bob keeps saying it's cute. The dude thinks he's commentating a real conference.
Yes, it has the guy at E3 who was pretending he was on a stage. It was really funny.
He was doing the arm gestures and everything. It was really good.
Yes.
Anyways, Bob, how's Rogue Company?
It seems to be a really, like, it has all the style and flair that it made me think it was going to play, like, more excitingly. But it's super just... Here is Counter-Strike with basically no alterations, but there's anime-ish characters you play as.
Bob, you have described Valorant. Please tell us about Rogue Company.
I know!
He's right.
It's Valorant, but third person, and the powers are less cool.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Like, what's his superpower? Oh, he shows a knife.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
So this is the game that Hi-Res Studios decided they definitely needed to publish.
Yes.
So that game's free to play?
It's free to play. You can go do that if you want.
Okay.
You can pick up katana, has melee attacks. You can throw the katana. There's really, like, I'm really stretching to find anything that makes this seem unique.
This is sad.
This is really sad.
This is like a bad episode of Curse Content Club, but as a game
Phil, what was your favorite part of Rogue Company?
Part where I didn't know what it was.
When it was in the Nintendo Direct Mini.
What?
Yeah, it was in there.
It was in the first partner showcase, the one that had Shin Megami Tensei in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bob, okay, I'm going to try to feed you a softball.
Okay.
You know, Valorant feels very sharp.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's important to being a Counter-Strike-esque game. You know, if you want to be esports, you want to be a good multiplayer game, you should have good netcode and feel sharp. Bob, does this game feel good?
No, not really.
Fucking
It's like a bad feeling third-person shooter. It doesn't...
I mean, I can tell it feels bad just by looking at footage, which I am doing right now from their own YouTube page.
Did you play it on Switch?
No, I played it on PS4.
Tragic.
You would think it would have fancy moves or anything. Like, I kind of seeing the trailers and stuff, I thought maybe they'd have wall running or sliding or anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What?
You can crouch.
Oh, thank God.
What?
The fanciest thing there are zip lines you can like go between.
What?
Like that's not even exciting.
Because I too, when I saw the trailer, thought there would be a little bit more mobility. I mean, why else did you make it third person?
I don't know. It's just bizarre. I don't know why.
Okay.
You boot it up and it's like made in Georgia and it has the Georgia peach logo.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. I'm like,
What?
What?
is this an episode of Good Eats?
And I'm trying to remember the last thing I saw that was like, oh, this was made in Georgia, other than that one Case Closed episode where that dude totally comes from Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta. We eat these weird meat buns around here. It's a fried donut, I swear.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
Okay, let's talk about Genshin Impact.
Sure.
Guys, I have played no Genshin Impact. What is this? Paimon?
Paimon.
Okay.
Paimon.
She's
Okay,
your
is that
little
the fairy
fairy
buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the mascot character, yes.
I think it's important that we get all of your takes on Paimon before we talk about anything else.
I mean, it's a cute character design. I don't have anything wrong with it.
Okay.
She's less offensive than she could be.
Okay.
Yes, I have a lot of experience with JRPG mascot characters. This is like a 6 in terms of harming my mental state, so it's all right.
It's tolerable.
They're okay. Look, they're
You've
better
built up
than
a tolerance.
Chip from Sonic Unleashed.
Well, that's
Chip is
again,
based.
That's a lot to ask of anything, Phil. But okay, I'll keep that in mind. So how much have you played, Bob, of Genshin Impact?
I got to around level 10, adventure level 10.
Okay, KZ.
Yeah, I also hit 10, but I also like just ran around a bunch. Played like 8 hours.
Okay, Phil.
I'm adventure level 12, and I have 6 characters at level 20.
So congratulations. Nice. No one here is high enough adventure level to play online.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew there was online, but I'm like, they haven't explained it, so I guess it must be something you get later.
It was really funny because Eric came over. He didn't realize the game was free, so he was a little critical of it at first. But once he found out it was free, he was like, oh, well, who cares? Like, why are people upset about this game that's completely free that apparently has gacha for extra characters? But during the mystery, we all kept staring at the upper right where it says you're pinged to the server, and I'm like, what the fuck is...
No, I was saying like 24 MS, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah. My chat's like, you got to get to level 16 so you can co-op.
Oh man, I'm gonna feel so left out when the three of you start co-oping streams of Genshin Impact. I'll be chat bitch. Hey chat, I'm here to talk to you.
I kind of want to wait till the PS5's out to play more of it, because I actually enjoy this game a good bit, but it runs real bad.
I climbed a tree and the game shit its pants.
I climbed that same tree and the same thing happened. It's the big
it's
tree,
the
right?
fucking tree that has like the fucking crackdown orb in it.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I guess it's just that there's something about that tree, so it's trying to render the leaves, and the game has a really big draw distance for like everything, even objects, and it just shits its pants.
It was very funny. This game looks stupid good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. On our LG C9 OLED.
Yes, I also have that same OLED.
And I'm like, I get it. This is why so many people keep saying, how is this sustainable?
Because it's a gacha game, and people are going to pay an insane amount
I know,
of money.
but usually your average gacha game is shitty mobile thing that uses like,
PNG
sprites of some sort. This is gacha game looks like a AAA action RPG.
Yes.
I keep getting enough points to get pretty good rolls too, so I don't know if it's even going to be pushing you heavily towards paying.
See, this is where you're wrong. I'm going to start playing this game on PS5 where it runs well, and I'm going to drop $60 day one.
So, that'll get you 2 rolls.
That's true. It's just as egregious as any gacha.
By roll, I'm saying a 10 pull, because they guarantee nicer things if you do it 10 at a time, and the standard rate is $30 for a 10 pull.
Jesus.
See,
in
I knew
every
what you
single
meant,
one of those
but
games.
thank you for clarifying. It didn't occur to me that the audience might not know what you
But
meant. I knew you meant it.
That is true because I always consider real rolls as 10 because I need the good brain chemicals of seeing that many things.
Apparently, this game even has like a really good pity system where if you roll 9 times, you just get a 5-star. And I already have a 5-star. I did one roll and get a 5-star.
If you roll 9 times, that means you've paid $270.
Oh no, Dan. Most games don't have a pity system even close to that.
Yeah, you don't understand how bad it is over there for those other games.
Let me put it this way, Dan. The first, like, outside of Grand Blue, which is unbelievably generous in how much free shit it gives you. Like 4 times a year, it's like we're doing this thing where you can get 30 to 200 rolls a day for like these 2 weeks. But like let's use Fate Grand Order because that's the other big one here in the United States as an example where it's like you're spending $1,500 to be sure you get a 5-star.
Ouch.
I streamed some of this game and I was like, I want to end the stream, but I need that currency. So I just dropped $5 just so I can do it so I could leave and eat my food. And someone's like, don't worry about it, KZ. Someone on a stream I follow spent $600 today on this game. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. They're like, yeah, no.
I guess.
I mean,
why?
I mean, that's how it goes. That's how
And I said, chat, see, this is how it's sustainable.
It's like Overwatch where you'd have streamers who are like, I'm just going to buy hundreds of dollars of loot boxes and open them on stream.
I guess it's just like they're even more thirsty for it because they get to do more with that character. Maybe.
Yeah, because you get a character, and I did a tin pull on the beginner banner where you're guaranteed to get this specific 4-star character, and I also got a 5-star character. The 5-star character, I think they're just broken. Because the 5-star character, the way the moves work for Dan who didn't play this is like you have your circle button is attack, which you just do your action game combo. Then you have R1, which is their special ability, and I think you unlock more abilities as the game goes on once it decides that I'm no longer a toddler because I've only played 8 hours of the game. But you have R1, which is on a cooldown and is an elemental ability, and each character is, I think there's 5 elements. There's fire, wind, ice, electric, and earth. And then there might be more, but if there is, I don't know about them yet.
Ice?
But I said ice.
Ah, okay.
But that you have like a cooldown ability that's like 5 seconds long, and it will be elemental. And then you can, when you kill enemies or land your elemental attack, things will like bleed orbs, and you absorb the orbs, and then it fills a meter, and then you can do a bigger elemental attack. This girl's cooldown ability is she throws out a node that's not that it doesn't go super far, but it goes far enough for what the node does to be unbelievably useful, which is you tap the button again after you throw out the node and you blink to it.
That's really cool.
And I've already used that to circumvent a lot of annoying bullshit where it's like, that chest you want is on the top of a pillar you can't climb up because it has a rim. So what we want you to do is climb this mountain and then glide down to the top of that pillar. Instead, I'm like, no, I'm going to throw my node up there and blink. Did either of you guys find the portal, the space portal?
The what?
No.
So I was just running out and exploring it. It's on like the far end of the peninsula. It's like to the south east of the city. I'm just running around. I'm like, that's a black hole up in the air.
Huh.
And then I do some shit and to turn on an updraft, and I glide up into because it works it's exactly like Breath of the Wild. You have a glider exactly like Breath of the Wild. So I jump in the updraft and shoot into it, and I shoot out into it goes into like Star Wars Warp, where the stars become lines. And I'm just in an on an island super far in the corner of the map.
Oh yeah, I saw the island out there and wondered how to get to it because like you don't have any way to swim for a super long time.
And I got there and it's like you can't go through the big portal on this island because you're not adventurer level 25 yet. And I'm like, well, shit. At least I know it's here. And then that updraft also lets you access a chest. So that's pretty cool. I like parts of this a lot more than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it looks like they took the Breath of the Wild thing where it's like very, very much more free form and do whatever, and structured it more like a JRPG and added stuff on it. Like even there's like orbs you pick up, and you go to statues to turn them in to get more stamina, and it goes higher and higher as you go. And some of them are high in the air or hiding in this little cave or something, or you need to get an updraft by collecting bugs or these like little floating things, and once you get all of them, it'll shoot you up.
There's also like these spirits, and if you touch them, they will run away and head for like a torch.
They're the foxes from Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I thought that, yeah.
And then they touch the torch, and something will happen, and it might be a chest will appear. It might be it forms an updraft. It might be like a thing that you turn on and then a bunch of enemy guys spawn. Did either of you guys find the treasure chest guarded by 3 barriers?
I think I found something like that where I need to activate, I think, 4 pillars, and then the treasure chest.
Yeah, I've had those where it's like use fire on these 3 fire symbol things, and then a chest spawns.
I found like a Keyblade graveyard of swords. And then in the middle of it is a super nice chest, like it's white and has gold all over it.
Ooh.
And it has 3 circular barriers. And then it's like, how do I get this? There are 3 they're the equivalent of Moblin camps from Breath of the Wild. It's like there's 3 camps, and each of them have a different challenge in the camp, and you beat the challenge and you turn on a switch, and each switch deactivates one of the barriers. And then I opened it and I'm like, oh, there's a 4-star weapon in here. Yes.
The quests are also a lot more involved. Like, one of them I did for one of the NPC party members that you pick up was like trying to find a pirate's treasure. And the game has a bunch of voice acting and stuff for it.
Yeah, it does. I was stunned at how much voice acting.
Yeah, it was like trying to find out where this was, and then you pick up a photo and it's a picture of the city at a certain angle with this landmark, and you do it to figure out what spot that would be in, to open a chest to find another one, and it kept going, and then led to a dungeon. And the dungeon in this actually have like a little bit of platforming, traps, enemies, a boss, cutscenes. It felt like incredibly involved, and that's why I kept making me go. I was like, "How's this game real?" It's just some random free gacha game that just is more engaging in terms of quest lines, character switching, the combat.
This is the first Japanese open world game I've played that has good quests.
This is Chinese.
It's okay. It's Chinese.
Oh, it's Chinese.
This is the first good Chinese game I played.
Yes.
I mean, I played some. He's not wrong. Like, whenever one pops up on Steam with a English translation, usually really, really bad,
Yep.
I buy it, and then I'm like, oh, this isn't very good at all.
This game's combo system gives me the good brain chemicals, where everyone has, like, their element, and I just like the fact that I can play as the character that's fire element, where it's like this girl that like summons a panda or some like raccoon thing that shoots fire out, and I set them on fire, switch to the main character that uses wind, and the wind reacts with the fire and just makes a giant explosion and kills everything.
There's a lot of the effects like that, like
yeah,
if you freeze somebody,
electric and ice does like a defense debuff.
It makes them take double damage.
Yeah.
And if you throw fire at them, that also gives them evaporation, which just does a shitload of damage.
And the fact that works even with like the elements, where it's like it starts raining and then it just says you're wet now, so the water element's just active.
Yeah, so that means they're weaker to electricity, and you can actually freeze them solid.
Yeah, all that was really. It seems really well thought out and rewards like the character switching that's pretty much instant. What I'm saying is I did not expect the combat in this to have any level of like this level of depth at all. I wasn't even expecting like character switching to be a thing, to like set up like combo synergy between multiple characters. They even have a quest line for the glider where it has you do like trials of go through these rings, then do this dungeon that's about using the glider and dropping bombs on enemies.
There's like a motion comic cutscene of a fairy tale in the middle of that quest.
Yes, there is. And I'm like, it was giving me the same vibe when I was like, whoa, during that RE8 trailer where they showed the fucking weird horror story thing. I'm like, man, they're just going in on this. And at the end, they're like, yeah, you should join the glider tournament later. Because this is like a 30-minute long quest I went through just to get my license.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of stuff in this game.
So
I'm
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they plan to keep adding to it or not, or if it's just going to be adding
it's a
gotcha stuff.
It's a gotcha game. So
they said the plan is to add
adding
more locations, like add more like continents and stuff in towns.
Did anyone else go to the edge of the map where the character just turns around and is like, we shouldn't go there?
I did not.
No, I did try to glide somewhere I wasn't supposed to glide in a dungeon looking for secrets and just clipped through the geometry and fell.
But yeah, there's parts of the world where I'm guessing they're the parts that are added later, where it's like you can clearly see stuff is over there, but the dude will just be like, nah, never mind. I don't want to go that way.
It might just be like, no, you're too small a baby right now.
Maybe.
I do like how it can be really cheesable of like, I'll drown if I go over there. I guess I'll use my ice dude who throws ice in the water to make a bridge and just slowly waddle my way across the water.
I'll just slowly walk my way over there.
Then the town exploration was really fun of just climbing up and finding it. They put like 100 chests in one town, just on roofs and in little places like that.
And chests make your adventure level go up, so it makes your brain feel good.
Oh yeah, this game's a brain nightmare.
They really lean, like every single thing in this game makes at least 2 meters go up.
That's important.
Every single action you can take.
Did anyone else find that section where you can try out characters?
Yes, because it's like, oh, it gives me currency.
I did not see that.
You're getting your daily rewards, right, KZ?
Oh, I forgot to log in for days.
I have not logged in today. I only played this yesterday, so I need to.
Yeah, it's a gacha game, so it's like if you log in every day, every 7th day, it'll give you a decently large chunk of the currency.
I gotta do that. Every time I loaded into something, though, I was like, oh, PS5.
Yeah, no, it'd be so much fun. That sort of thing is so much easier on mobile because it's like, yeah, I can boot that on my phone. It's just then I'll close it immediately, but whatever. Whereas on console, it's like, yeah, shut down whatever you're doing. It's going to take a minute to load into the game. Then it's going to take a while to connect to the server. Guess I'll do it, though.
At least on PS5, it seemingly would boot very fast.
Right.
Making that a little bit more tolerable.
Yes.
This game, I think, is just 1080p. I'm fairly certain.
I'm pretty sure it's not 1080p, but it's definitely not 4K.
I'm just like, this. If this runs good on PS5, it's going to look insane.
Yeah.
It was just
Switch
blowing
Pro,
my mind at how nice that looked.
That Switch Pro better be real, or Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a little bit embarrassed.
Especially because they already said they're putting this on Switch.
Oh, that's going to run like a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whatever. They're putting it on a phone. What if they put the phone version on there?
That's probably what they're going to do.
I mean, high-end phones are a lot stronger than the Switch, so I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm like, you have to cut things down a lot. I'm assuming at that point they will look like a joke compared to Breath of the Wild 1.
Yeah, it's not great. I really hope that Switch Pro is real.
It'd be kind of weird if it wasn't. It seems like such an obvious thing to do to steal thunder. Also, then the pressure isn't as high for them to make a sequel to the Switch. You're like, whatever. This is your high-end Switch. That's good enough. Shut up.
Shut up. We'll see you in 3 more years.
Oh, you freak.
I think they're going to try to stretch this out to Game Boy lengths if they can. I don't know if factors will let them. Like with the way
factors like
next
nothing being able to run on it.
Right. That might be an issue. Possibly. But so Bob, KZ feel, you haven't answered the most important question of all. Should I spend $30 or $300?
What, on Gotcha Pulse?
Mm-hmm.
120.
I wouldn't spend any amount on gotcha pulls.
Yeah, don't buy into the hype.
Mm.
I mean, look at the characters. Do you even want them? Do you even want these characters?
Oh, I haven't even seen
Better
this
use
game.
the money than Destruction All-Stars.
I've just seen you playing. I don't know what any of these characters look like.
Ask me again in a week when I know how insane a 5-star character is, if it just makes you God.
Dan does like being strong.
I hate that they show me a picture of a character I want that's a 5-star on that screen. I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Don't worry, you have a 0.6% chance
right
of getting them.
Whatever. I got 2 other characters. It's fine.
So what I'm hearing, I should download this game, log into it every day, but not actually play it because I have a PS4 vanilla.
Yeah, just make sure you get to the point where you get those login bonuses. I don't know if you need to do the first mission or not for that. And then just redeem it all on PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no big deal. It's only like 10 gigs.
Yeah, 10 gigs is tolerable. I can fit that on my 500 gig hard drive. I guess we'll move on from talking about Genshin Impact. You said that's all you've played, Bob?
Yeah, I think that's it.
We're going to move on to Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, what you been playing?
The only thing I really played other than Genshin Impact is first let me talk about Detroit. I need to talk about Detroit first.
Oh, no.
I'll be back.
I beat Detroit. It was bad.
Oh man,
I really
no way.
I really didn't like it. I probably got the worst possible ending.
Good.
It was really stupid. Like the ending I got like completely invalidated any sort of satisfaction I could have conceivably had from the game, because it goes from stupid to like offensively stupid in a split second.
There's so many stupid things that can happen. I know what you got was bad, but I've also seen some really bad stuff for Connor.
It's just so boring and stupid. Like it's the most boring and dumb conceivable ending, and it's just and then it like cheats you, or it's like you can avert this if you do something in a length of time that there's no way you're going to be able to do. By the way, don't ever replay my games because the illusion falls apart.
Yeah, no, they all have a huge problem with that. Like, oh man.
The funniest part about that is that last choice they give you in that game, and they're like, the fans didn't like that choice, so we patched it so it doesn't matter.
And I specifically said, no, slave, you're not free. Now I will close this game and never open it again. You're trapped.
That's very field core.
The single worst part of the game is where you go and meet Elon Musk, the Elon Musk-esque character who invented these androids.
No.
And you meet his he has 3 identical blonde like trad wife looking androids, and none of them have shoes.
Stop.
Look, Casey, it was impossible not to notice.
I have to point it out. It's on the screen. Come on.
Yeah, I do when I'm in Elon Musk's house. And then he's like, I shoot this woman in the face, and I'm like, this is just Elon Musk. I'm gonna go now. Yeah, just thoroughly irredeemable. I have no idea how anybody could play that game and be like, no, that was his best one. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. People thinking that's smart at all are insane.
It has tiny pockets of being more tolerable because of the actors effectively rebelling, but every single thing in that game is stupid and hacky, even more so than Heavy Rain. Like, I would absolutely say Heavy Rain is a better game than Detroit.
Yeah.
Did you watch our playthrough yet?
I haven't finished watching it.
Okay.
I have not finished.
I just needed to know, because there's some real gold we found.
Heavy Rain's great. It's got that really cool chase scene where the dude tries to make you trip with chickens.
I don't remember that.
It's like you're chasing a dude, and then I think it ends in like a freezer. That you're like in a market, and he like throws chickens at you. It depends on
I
which
remember
That
now.
shit's hilarious.
But yeah, Detroit's really bad. I might play it again someday. Just to be like, no, I'm gonna do everything right this time. I'm gonna get Kara killed immediately, so I don't have to deal with her horrible segments. and then I will do better and get a good ending for the only two characters that deserve to live.
I love us that it's just like, this shit sucked, I'll do it again.
Well, first of all, if I kill Kara immediately, that's a third of the game gone. The worst third of the game gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
The absolute funniest part of my playthrough is I'm playing as Marcus, the android, Martin Luther King. This game isn't political. I'm spray painting free androids on the mirrors with holographic spray paint that makes holograms.
Yeah, it's really smart.
Hacking signs to say free androids or whatever. And then I'm holding a peaceful protest. Then I shoot two cops in the face at the end. But I guess that weighed into the meter, and it didn't weigh in enough, so the end of the assessment at the end of the chapter went, Marcus led a peaceful protest. I also like.
I'm going to die.
I also really enjoy the mechanic where if you turn on the news, you just get pushed more towards a bad ending without any input on your part. You have to just know not to turn on the news.
That's kind of funny and a good life lesson.
Yeah,
it's just like public perception of androids doesn't go down if Kara doesn't watch the news.
Yes. It totally makes sense.
The other thing I played, which I know KZ played, was Hades.
Yes.
Because it came out of early access and finally got onto things that was not the Epic Game Store.
Such as?
The Switch and Steam. It is not on Sony or Xbox yet, I believe.
Yeah, it came out on Steam like a couple of months ago, and then the Switch version was with the 1.0 update.
This is probably the best roguelike to come out in a long time.
Full stop, it's my favorite one. It does things in a more palatable way for me than I think any roguelite, period. Just by how well it does progression and stuff, where it's you're going through levels, you're getting stronger, you're getting different things for the weapon that you choose, but at the start of each new run, you get currencies that you got from doing your run. And you can put them into different stuff. Like you go up to a mirror and use this darkness energy to make your character better. So you start with more money, more health. You deal more damage. You get trinkets that you can use. You're talking to characters and everything is voiced and there are no repeated lines ever. I played like over 12 hours of this game and all the dialogue continues to be new. And a lot of it is based on shit I just did in the game. It's getting to the point where you start like the first boss, but it cycles through like 3 of them, and it's the character guessing which one he has to fight. And a lot of time he's just wrong. He's like, damn it, it's not that one.
I noticed the main character has a bit of Belmont from Castlevania Netflix series energy. Would other people agree?
A little bit, but he's less of like a vulgar drunk and more of just a dipshit.
Yeah, I think it's in his voice acting specifically, not in his character writing per se.
Yes, he actually does have a very similar tone and candor to like
yes.
Trevor Belmont.
So he's whispering, you can't really hear what he's saying?
So what? No, the audio engineer doesn't have a Castlevania Netflix energy.
Yes, all the audio stuff in this is tight. I like the voice of the main guy, Zagreus. He also voices the skeleton who is a test dummy in the game named Skelly, who has a Brooklyn accent, who's just there to have weapons tested on him.
That's pretty good.
It took me like 2 rooms of this game because they just drop you into a run the first time you launch it, and it's just like, go in, it's the isometric combat rooms. I got through 2 rooms and went, I get it. I understand why people are saying this is the shit right now. Because it just immediately feels really satisfying. And you have 6 different weapons that are all pretty fun and unique. Later on, you get ways to change them to make them alternate versions that have different benefits.
Yeah, that's real cool.
And every weapon is going to feel different on each run because and in general, because as you go through rooms, you can get boons from different Greek gods that will augment how your character will end up going. Like, you'll go up to Dionysus, and you'll have stuff where it's like poison, basically, or you can charm enemies, or lightning you'll do chain lightning to enemies for different stuff, and all of it makes things feel real fresh in a lot of different ways. I use the spear mostly, and I picked the variant of it where you do a real large spin attack by charging the button. And if you do that, it marks an enemy and makes them take more damage for a limited amount of time.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. It has that almost new Doom-like speed to it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're constantly dashing. Rock music is playing. You're frantically going against enemies that are coming just from everywhere. And it gives you that similar rush. It doesn't feel nearly as like Doom Eternal's like resource hell, but it definitely just gives me that dopamine when I actually get through certain rooms and certain fights. It's got like 4 main big areas to go through in a run. I know. I think, Phil, you tweeted that you actually won.
Yeah, I won once.
You cleared one. It's fucked up. This game's fucked up.
Here was the 2 secret sauces I used to achieve victory the first time. First, I got an upgrade on the base sword that means it adds 5% of your gold total to your normal attack damage.
Wow.
You get 5% of your gold total. Then I did not spend any gold and also had the buff that gives me 15% of my gold total added to it every time I clear a region. So by the time I reached the final boss, I had 1900 gold. So my normal attack was doing like almost 100 extra damage. Then I got a couple buffs that meant I was also doing about 400% damage from the back. Because
this game loves the backstab damage.
And then the bigger one, which is really what carried me, I got a bunch of really synergetic buffs, which you get like some buffs will get some. They're called boons because you get them from the gods of Olympus. Some boons give you like a devil trigger meter.
Yes.
That will let you do a special thing when you hit RT. I got Poseidon's, which is you're
so broken.
You're invincible for a set amount for like 1.2 seconds per bar, and there's 4 bars. And you deal damage when you touch the enemy. Then I got the buff that makes that last twice as long per bar. Then I got the buff that makes my meter go up 1% every second. Then I got the buff that makes it just go up faster in general, and the one that has it start at 40%.
Fucking no wonder you won. They just gave it to you.
I basically, it was still really hard.
Feels like, let me explain the secret to my success. I took out a small loan from my parents of $10 million.
Yes, I basically that's exactly what this fucking feels like. If I took a loan from my dad, Lord of Hell.
I actually won one other time since then, wherein I was using the gun, which the gun has 12 bullets. You can upgrade it to have more. And it has like a bomb that shoots into the air and goes in like an arc and lands and does splash damage. I got the buff that makes it do 400% damage and have a bigger area, but you can be hit by it now. When you couldn't do it, when you couldn't be hit by it before. Then I got a buff that makes it reflect attacks. And then I got a couple buffs that make it come out faster. So I hid behind a rock and repeatedly shot nukes over the rock at the final boss. And he would throw projectiles, and then the bomb would reflect the projectile back into him. You can do some goofy shit.
This game's so polished that there is one boss encounter where you're fighting 2 things at once.
Yes. Fuck that. Fuck. And you want to mash that one guy's face in.
Oh yeah, you do. I hit the charm shot on one of them as they were doing a jump attack. They changed direction to hit the other boss. Cuts that boss's health in half.
Ooh.
And I was like, whoa. The game just feels like it's constantly giving me new stuff where it's like I'm 12 hours into this. I've done a few dozen like attempts at it, and then suddenly a new god showed up. It's like they're not extra special. It's just like here's the ice element one now. Now the first area has more enemies. Now Death shows up, and he's just a cool anime guy, and he's just like, I challenge you to kill more enemies on this floor than me.
Yeah, and if you win, nothing happens if you lose. You don't like die instantly, but if you win, he gives you a health buff.
Yeah,
it's insane how it's like I had played for like 7 or 8 hours and gotten to the final boss multiple times. I'm like, new enemies are showing up in areas I beat multiple times. New mini bosses are showing up.
Yeah.
What is this?
I did one of the late areas, and I just go into the room, and he goes, it's just a little vermin. It's a little rat. Then it sounds like a gorilla and just roars, and I'm like, oh god, and it killed me because it was a small baby rat that had more health than any boss I'd fought so far.
Yeah, its name is the Vermin, and it counts as a mini boss.
But that's great. The game has a bonding system where you like make friends with pretty much all the characters, and they're like, this advances after you have dialogue 18 more times with them.
Yeah, and you can give them gifts, and they give you a little thing that gives you a minor buff. Or in one specific case, the most valuable buff for me, which is the one that's like, which is the one I use almost constantly now, which is when you get into a boss, it soaks the first 5 hits you take. They just do no damage.
God.
And
yeah, I like all the characters in this. All the writing's been super great. Big fan of the housekeeper in the House of Hades. Dusa is just a Medusa head that's really shy, and I guess wants to date you really bad.
Yeah, and every time you talk to her, she flies up into the rafters once you're done.
Yeah, and I laugh every single time. But yeah, this is hitting my Game of the Year list, definitely. I felt like that like an hour in. I'm like, yeah, this hit it already.
Once you talk to Bond enough, you get like a quest from them, and most characters, when you finish their quest, will give you like a thing that lets you get like a lets you summon a helper sometimes. And Casey, do you know what the quest Cerberus wants you to do is?
What?
Pet him 20 times.
It's a great big dog. I love him. But since he can't talk, the narrator just says things for him.
The narrator element of the game is a little bit weird because it feels like...
I think it's hilarious because he's real, and then Zagreus will talk about the narrator just said some shit.
It's just strange because he's not there super often. It's not like Bastion or Transistor where they're omnipresent. So it's just funny when they pop up and it's like, Zagreus was sure he'd get owned as he goes through the next door, but still he went through it, and he's like, I can fucking hear you.
There's a lot more narration if you like examine the little yellow dots that are around the area too, but they're like optional, so you like walk up to them. They're in like various different areas. But yeah, this looks like an early access game where they got a lot of really cool ideas throughout, and they kept making content on it, so it feels like it has 5 times the amount of stuff going on in it than you'd expect. It justifies being a game you play over and over again, but actually feels new every time. Instead of just, there's a lot of repeated stuff here. I like a roguelite that's actually focused on like story and character and progression alongside being a thing where I just want to do like a 20-minute run of this.
The only thing I would like is I hope they keep updating it and just make it so the third region has like at least an alternate version of the boss, because the first region has 3 potential bosses. And the second region has 1 boss that has like 3 sort of different variations, but then the third and fourth are just always the exact same.
Yeah, it has like alternate like move sets and stuff going on.
I'd like at least because the third boss is just you're fighting these 2 dipshits. I'd like them to have different weapons or something sometimes.
Yeah,
because
like
one of them,
be nice.
One of them feels like he has 2 of your weapons already, because he can do very similar things to you. I would think it'd be cool if he's like, I have a sword that's like your sword now, or I have a bow that's like your bow. Just something a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm hoping to finally get a win on this game. I got to the last fight for the first time, felt really good, and I'm like, I nailed it. Why is their health going back up again? Oh, this is 2 fights in a row. Well, we're done.
That's what happened to me the first time too. I'm like, yeah, I owned this shit. I'm the
I had like 2 health left at that point, and my heart just fucking sank.
Oh yeah, so did I. I was all out.
I was like, damn it.
It would be great if they released this on a console that wasn't the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no universe was I was like, I need to get this on the Switch. I was like, I'll bite the bullet. I've been waiting long enough to give it a try. I'll just get it on Steam.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to try it, like if they don't release a version of this on other platforms by the end of the year, I'll probably check it out on Steam. Because I've seen the Switch version. It kind of chugs at times, and the whole thing's real blurry.
Yeah, the way they described like future updates was like they hit the 1.0 update, they're looking on fixing some bugs, taking a break and seeing what's next, but not any mention of any other console thing, and it kind of had me go, ugh.
I think they said since then that they intend to do it. They just don't know when it's going to happen yet.
I'll double dip. This game will give me trophy disease.
maybe they'll like shadow drop it with the new consoles or something.
Hey, what if the PS5 changes the sounds of trophies and the brain disease is gone?
What if they change the sound of the trophies and the brain disease gets worse?
Right?
I know which of these is more likely, yeah.
One, it could be that too. Just seeing it makes me feel good. That one game, Going Under, which I finished in between podcasts, still real good. I platinumed that because it gave me that disease. There are only like 2 trophies in that were bad. One of them was just do this interaction, which required getting one of the 60 random items in a run of 1 level.
Well, that sounds more tolerable than getting every dress as Cloud.
I did that too. I'm proud of it. There's a lot of walk and talks on my way to getting that, but I got it.
Serious talk though, trophy hunting gonna be a lot better on the fucking PS5 because I assume the trophy screen won't take a minute to load.
Yeah, that could get so much better.
We're just walking into hell together.
I'm glad I don't have this disease.
and I'm like, it's not a disease. It's fun as I get Spider-Man's plat again.
Now I'm excited for what the animation for getting a trophy is.
Yeah, they could do a slick animation instead of just fade in, fade out.
Right?
Who knows? We don't know because they won't fucking tell us.
What's the create button do?
It creates new animation for trophies.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say about
it creates a transition to us talking about the next game. Did you play anything else, KZ?
No, that's it.
Okay. Hey, Phil.
Oh, that was all I played.
Okay. Just checking.
Is it the Pod Lords?
Oh my god, the fucking Pod Lords! They snuck up on me!
Oh my fucking god, it's the Pod Lords. Holy shit. Look at them.
Yes, that's right, the Podlords, such as Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Deceived.
I am most fucking deceived.
I like in the back of Feel's head, he hears the spelling bee that goes, use it in a sentence.
Plain old Jucifer.
God damn it. Actually expecting good Dynasty Warriors news like the fool I am. So, you decided to pursue Lubu. What now?
It was great hearing your reaction to that. It was so good.
Yeah, KZ was on the call with us during that live stream. We'll get to talk about that later.
Yeah, that was so good.
Red Blaze 27, Emperor Zero, Suzu Shiro, Ileana, take my power, go forth to fulfill your mission. I don't know what I was thinking leaving my child behind. Now I suffer the curse and now I'm blind.
Hey, Lois, this reminds me of morphogenetic fields.
I'm gonna kill you.
This is Feel's fault.
Yeah, it is. Don't worry. We have 2.5 games of it left.
Playing those games and then years later Feel playing them. It's like I get hit by Uchikoshi's hack bat twice.
Mario RPG fans push closer to the edge once more.
Ugh.
Ugh, yeah, what?
Ugh.
Why is Gabe Newell in our pod lords?
Oh man, isn't that the fat guy who pulled the gun this week? Like, ugh.
I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. That's how
I love that quote. I love that quote so much. So I love seeing wine moms post a quote from Fallout New Vegas and not know.
Gary Zeusy.
Yes. I'm glad that they are also playing it, I guess.
Microsoft is going to assault me with 101 Xbox consoles this gen.
Jesus.
I appreciate that they posted the circle.
They're all opening up like portals. Different ones.
Each Xbox console is personalized and has very slightly different performance from every other Xbox.
Oh, I would no. No, sir. No, thank you. I don't need a silicon lottery on fucking console. That's terrible.
I'm losing my mind because today I updated Discord. And now there's a banner of, hey, Nitro subscriber, you get 3 months of Game Pass for PC on us. It's just a banner right now.
Oh,
Their numbers are so
wow.
big, they keep giving it away.
Their numbers are so big. He boasted about those last week. I'm sure that the fact that they give out free Game Pass like fucking candy doesn't influence it at all.
WTF Spider-Man.
Me with no cross save.
Why? Yeah, that'll be up in the new segment later.
My poor bones.
Mr. I like Steve.
Oh, look at that.
What's that?
That's great.
It's an idol with a gun.
the normal avatar, Mr. I Like Spam, but with a gun in
course.
Minecraft. It's so good.
Can I get Minecraft Corona with a gun?
Sheriff Pecan.
You took these already. How are you stroking out again?
The last thing you see before Microsoft comes to collect you after buying you out.
Oh, God. Imagine being chased by a 7-foot-tall Steve like he's Mr. X.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
He tried to escape, but he could just chop through walls with the pickaxe.
I've already seen that edit, but it's Lucky Luciano.
DFW3K, and probably Mr. Feel, when Dan mentioned Junk Puyo on Big Think a few weeks ago.
Yes. I was like, what? Oh. The person who draws the big titties in my likes. Yes, I'm aware of them.
You're like, yes, I've heard of this person before.
Bob showing off his first Overwatch 2 premonition.
Whatever. People love cheeseburger.
That was so good. I blocked out most of that.
Feels motherfucking life ends 1 week from now.
It's the picture.
Listening back to that, I lost it.
I'm looking at the games that are coming out tomorrow and that have already come out, and yeah, I ain't playing Neo 2 in the next week.
Yeah, I saw reviews for shit pop out, and I was like, what do you mean Crash and Star Wars are coming out now?
Oh, right, Star Wars is out. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm like, reviews came out, and they're not bad.
Time to go to Minecraft. Tell Mario I said hello.
He punched him so hard, he knocked him into Minecraft.
It's Sonic's new power, yeah.
See, I assumed he just sent Mario to hell, and that Steve can get there.
That's fair.
Steve's just in Hades.
He can make portals.
KC. Because KZ willed it from last week, here's the anatomy of a tonberry.
Oh, all right.
Oh my God.
That's your fault.
Blood's on your hand.
Oh, I don't like that
Pretty good.
at all.
It's pretty good, actually.
I don't like that.
Chase Ray. Devil Summoner Raido Kusunoha versus Digital Devil Saga Switch Edition. Kyle Bjork. Adam's gonna throw Square in the cuck shed if they don't announce a Live Alive remake or port this Saturday.
Don't worry, there'll be a port to phones. It'll never be released outside Japan.
Skyfire Hero says to be careful when handling sharp objects because I now have 13 stitches in my left arm.
Ooh.
I just tried to never hold a sharp thing. Not even once. I would simply not hold sharp things.
I would simply not get stitches. Apologies to you, but I'm built different.
I'll just bleed out here, thank you.
Theo gets a nail in his arm and a fucking Ganado or whatever fucking pops out from Resident Evil.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
The Scarlet Generation would be an excellent name for a rock band.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Excited for Square's Live Alive anniversary stream this Saturday. Save this so on Monday everyone can see my shame.
Oh my god, this is sad.
No, there's hope, all right?
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
We have news. Zilter.
Zilter.
Presenting my new profile image. Punished Daniel.
Oh, no.
Series S right behind me is so good.
It's very menacing.
Oh, my God. You said as you're making these, like, you ever just get a pod lord and go, I need to make that my icon?
Does this mean Bob is gonna be crippled and blinded? And also racist?
Oh, I thought he was gonna be that fucking one character everyone shits on, Dewey.
Oh, I thought he was
Huey
gonna be
and
quiet.
no.
I thought he was gonna be quiet. Bob's
Jesus.
just now mostly nude for streams.
Oh man,
I don't like
faith,
any
man,
of these
you're winning.
options.
I'm like, Bob, you look like you're a little low on your oxygen level. Here, let me cover you in body oil.
I got some cocoa butter formula for you.
Casey's liquid snake, he just walks up and knifes somebody with no warning. And it's well.
Welcome to Zass's Mine. We are mining diamonds.
Okay.
I was so sad. Someone posted that saying that was the real thing, but it's a Wii U mod. I was so sad.
Trans rights. Raw. Thanks to the power received from Shiba Yagato, I will now fulfill the prophecy and whack his nuts.
Yo.
This is the weirdest Podlord arc ever. What happened to that Sly stream?
Bailiff, slap his nuts.
Zeba 101 is ready for Smash.
God, how many of these are gonna be?
God fucking damn it.
This is what happens when it happens on a Thursday.
Cloud gaming is fine, actually. Just look at this graveyard.
That's a good one. Keep that one for a bit.
Yeah, no, that one's good.
The year is 2022. Skyrim is the only game left on Game Pass. Todd has won.
You know what? Based on recent acquisitions to Game Pass, yes, this is going to happen.
It's so sad that it's likely. Now, I originally wasn't going to include this, but the fucking Patreon clip, the way they clip your fucking art is so funny, I'm including it. Oof.
Bloodborne, an atmospheric horror adventure developed by From Software, set at 60 frames per second thanks to the PS5's odd cores and somber stat. And then it ends. We were so close.
I'll assume it's Thatcher's.
I'm just imagining Mark Cerny like explaining Bloodborne lore in the tone he did in the PS5 presentation.
That would be good.
Like, once we discovered the old blood under Yharnam, we mixed it together to make intoxicating cocktails, and he just keeps going.
That would be
Back to the hunter's dream.
items.
This is mysterious.
Good.
And I don't think this was supposed to be read in a cool voice, so I'm just going to read it in what I think is appropriate. I'm sorry. 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 The image is
GigaBoots.
me as the rat going Gouda boots.
Oh my god.
This is horrible.
It's pretty bad.
God. I need to change who I follow. There's too much brain damage.
Thank you very much to our pod lord.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, pod lords. Crazy, thank the fucking pod
Thank you,
lords.
pod lords.
Now, 1 second. And if you'd like to become a podler, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits, such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks to go along with the episodes, Cursed Content by Committee, a Patreon-exclusive show that also comes with the commentary track, early access to Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool, our 2 anime podcasts that cover the entire spectrum of anime, extended armchair dev pitches where we show off our weaponry, and many more bonuses. That's patreon.com/gbpodcasts.
Gentlemen, we're starting by talking about what they did to my boy Peter. Now, let me give you a timeline, and I am not fucking kidding. Monday, September 28th, at GigaBoots writes to at ManFightDragon, the Dark Souls specialist. He posted 2 images of 2 different types of day. One is the alpha for Bloodborne, one is the normal one. I go, you can't trick me. This has to be a picture of the remaster because all the lighting is arbitrarily different. September 29th, they show off a cutscene for Spider-Man Remastered, which is the joke. Look at it.
I think
you can't see anything behind him.
Yeah.
He's like lit up like someone's holding a flashlight in his fucking face.
You know what? The funniest part of the funniest post I've seen about this thing was someone going, they whitewashed a white man.
That is exactly what I was about to say. That post is so good.
It's so nuts because like I like the original Peter. I think he was really great and it did a unique looking Peter. This looks like a weird side parallel universe version of the movie Peters, which doesn't make sense because he now looks younger than Miles Morales.
Yeah, he looks pretty close to the model actually, but the model just looks like buff Spider-Man. I'm gonna post him. He just looks like buff Tom Holland, basically.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Yeah, it's such a weird choice.
To cover our basis, in case someone hasn't heard, Spider-Man Remastered, they showed off a cutscene and some gameplay of how that looks. They completely replaced the face model for fucking Peter.
They said they did it because this new guy matches up more to Yuri Lowenthal, and I believe it because they look similar. Like have similar facial structures.
They also said it, but they said like to really push the things for next gen, and someone had the perfect response of imagine being an actor saying you're fired because you're not next gen enough.
I think this is fucking nuts because it's like, okay, let's talk about this. Would you fucking change how Joel's face looks between The Last of Us 1 and 2? They did a remaster of that. It would have been fucking insane if they completely changed how his face looks.
This is flat out insane.
Yeah.
The only time anything like this has ever The only time it's ever happened is with the Yakuza games when somebody has to be deleted from history for being caught for drugs.
I think they did something weird like in the Tomb Raider remaster where they changed her face for the remaster and people didn't like that either. But it wasn't nearly as drastic as this. It wasn't like a totally different actor. It's just like she looks different.
Changed it, yeah. This is nuts. This sucks.
Yes, they did make her look pretty different.
It's really funny for me because I remember going through and playing the game and going, I don't know. Peter's face is a little weird with his caterpillar eyebrows, and I wasn't into it at first, and then I got used to it. And now that I'm used to it, they've changed it. I'm like, you should have done this from the start. Now I'm just upset.
It's very, very bizarre.
Like he looks way more plain.
He doesn't look unique enough. Like nothing against that one guy, but between Scott the Woz and Tom Holland, I don't need this version of Spider-Man.
He absolutely looks like Scott the Woz, the man who fused with every Spider-Man. Which I'm still blacking out about.
I mean, that was immediately the first thing I tweeted as soon as I saw this. It's like, congratulations to Scott the Woz for being the new face model.
That's really good. I imagine they're gonna age the model up a little bit in some of the later games, I guess.
Yeah, but you can tell
that was the vibe I got, where it's like they wanted to make this change, and they're making like fucking 2 Spider-Man games right now. So they just decided.
And they're on Twitter being like, sorry.
Cheese to meet you.
Yeah, like this like it's just insane. It's like
so he's supposed
like
to be
you
like,
have to live with your choice.
He has to be like 3 or 4 years older than Miles. That's how Miles looks.
I mean, maybe he'll look like substantially older in this game.
That's a sequel game that takes later in the timeline. You should use younger Miles, where he looks more like a dipshit.
One moment. What year did this game come out? 2018?
2008.
2008?
2018. I'm like, oh no,
Okay, well, based on Google not taking the words I typed into account, this is how he looked in that game. Oh man. But okay, here. There's a picture. There's a picture of. Yep, there you go. So there's Miles.
God, what an upgrade to Miles that he got between one game.
Yeah, he did.
Kills me.
God damn, what a glow up. But yeah, no, that's unreasonable.
It's kind of crazy because I didn't even know that they used like actual actors to capture the faces for this game at all. Like I figured they were just designed faces.
No, they look too fucking real. Like they look really goddamn real.
Yuri Lowenthal did apologize on Twitter. He's like, it's my face bones. I'm sorry. Sorry, my face bones are like this. It's my fault.
Well, at least he apologized. That's the important thing.
Yeah. But he quoted the Insomniac guy. Just said
that. The gameplay they showed looked really incredible. There was only a little bit of pop-in.
Lost it.
Yeah.
Like,
I need to look at that up. Like, footage.
I'll toss it your way. It's in my view history, of course.
It was a sexual experience.
It looks really sharp and kind of made me feel better about the concept of playing through that game again.
My god, I already found it. Oh my god.
And I'm like,
that looks,
yes, of
it
course,
looks
I will play this again.
Yeah, like games that have this scale don't run like this. What am I looking at?
I'm wondering, are they going to replace anyone else?
Mary Jane with a chair.
Please.
All I know is that Osborn, if they change Osborn, he better look even more like Willem Dafoe.
Mary Jane with Beast from X-Men.
Oh man, could you imagine that they recast Willem Dafoe as Osborn?
Yes, please.
Oh, that would be incredible. But yeah, I think it's a real shame about the face. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I actually really like the original design. Like his thick eyebrows thing is not really something you see all that often. He had a very unique and distinct look. I believe I said during our playthrough that you would not see that person cast as Spider-Man in a movie ever.
That's part of the appeal to me also.
Yes. Meanwhile, the guy on the right, you would absolutely see it because it's already happened because Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
It's happening right now.
I think it was Phil talking about how it was a knockoff of, or it was like the Marvel Avengers where they just feel like weird porn actor versions of the actual Marvel movie.
This feels better than that.
It was funnier because it's like they actually got like something that looks similar to Tom Holland instead of the Arrowverse. instead of the Arrowverse or those fake parody movies of popular movies like Transmorphers.
Man, you're gonna see in the Miles Morales game, Spider-Man's like, okay, I'm gonna go. I can swing. I don't feel like it right now, so I'm gonna walk off camera. I have superpowers. It just would be expensive to show, so I'm gonna do that off screen.
I need to see some of the bigger scenes in Spider-Man Remastered to really get used to it.
I don't know.
Like see how they handle that and see how the performance ends up looking better, since that's clearly their goal.
I mean, they clearly fucked up the lighting in the scene. Like that image I posted, they completely screwed key lighting the new Parker.
So what is this, Facegate?
No, just honestly, I care more about the lighting not being retuned. Like they key lighted his hair properly, but his shoulders and everything else is just crap now. And his face looks front lit, which is terrible.
Whitewashed a white man.
Maybe Doc Ock is like shining a light in his face in this scene.
Yeah, in the remaster, he has a mag light in one of the tentacles.
Yeah, Doc Ock is just emitting a glow.
Not everyone can do this, Peter.
I'm so enlightened from JJ's podcast that I can do this now.
I was about to say, it's like, can you turn off the light? Not until we do the podcast.
Get in the podcast room, Peter.
But it's not even on videotape, and they're really hot. That makes us more professional, Peter.
I want to do this professionally, Peter. If we don't do it professionally, there's no point.
I can't feel like a failure.
And then when the tentacle just tosses the bottle of liquor at the wall. It's funny too, because the scene they posted is him giving Peter liquor, and I'm like, is he of legal age? I don't even know
he's
anymore.
23. He's 23.
I don't even know anymore. That new face looks like it could be 19.
Tom Holland's 24.
I'm
looks
so
like
glad
he's
you
6.
played Spider-Man.
Oh man. But yeah.
Auto memes are too good.
Yes. But yeah, no, that the gameplay of the remaster looks really incredible. Very excited to check that out. I don't know how I'll feel about the face, and I hope the lighting isn't fucked in every cutscene. Otherwise, I'm gonna be really fucking bitter. Like, guys, the lighting.
You made us pay for this remaster. Why did you screw up a part?
Like normally what it is it's like, hey, we remastered these 2 or 3 games. Oops, the lighting's fucked. But hey, it runs at higher res and it's more stable. This came out years and years later. Now it's like 2 years later.
We fucked up everything. We're sorry.
I'm sorry. We had a budget of $20 to make this.
Miles' new villain just carries around a spotlight and keeps shining it on him.
Miles' new villain has one of those key ring lights that streamers use. So it's just the circle around the villain's head.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's especially good if they wear glasses.
It's even better if Mysterio has it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Welcome to our new gamer premonitions.
We have to do another, apparently. But we got to move on. Let's get the other news that was memed the shit out of in the Podlords. KZ, tell us your first bullet.
Oh man, really? Okay.
Yep.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate announced that they were going to have a DLC fighter. We're like, who could it be? Even in my own reaction, I went, I hope this is good. I don't want to come onto this thing and be like, it's Steve from Minecraft. 1 minute later, they revealed that it was Steve from motherfucking Minecraft come to Smash Bros. They haven't shown us much of him yet. They're doing like a stream video thing on Saturday, showing him off. But there he is. It's him. It's forget the name of the female character.
Alex.
Alex, and then they have the Enderman and Zombie. So they're doing like the hero thing where it's like 4 different characters.
Except for they all have the same shape.
Especially Enderman, who doesn't normally have that shape, so it's strange.
Yep, that bugs the hell out of me, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, this is funny.
It's fucked up how Slenderman gets into Smash, and he's not tall. What? Come on!
Yeah, you'd think they'd be a better choice among the, like, things they could choose from Minecraft.
They should have just done Metal Gear Solid 5 Snake as a block man. That's always a good choice.
They straight up should just have a Mario skin.
They should just sell a pack that's a Minecraft Steve version of every single character, but it's still Steve.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd choose Byleth, and everyone would go, "Who the fuck are you playing?"
And I'd be like, "Oh man, your brain's so huge." I feel like this is a good, like, you know, test in a way of like, will the season pass have any non-first parties? And it's like, oh, they're still shooting for that. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if this one had been first party too, I would have been like, oh, they're all good.
If this was Intellion, I feel like all hope would have been lost in terms of.
Yeah.
Intellion will be the next one because it's obviously going to go first party, third party, first party, third party, first party, third party.
Hell yeah.
I hope not.
A new main for Bob.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's super popular. It's obviously the choice by Nintendo. Even Sakurai in that video is like, yeah, they came up and told me to put this in.
I liked his bit he ran. They're like, what do you think this is easy?
Yeah.
Of course I'll do it, but you think this is easy?
Yeah, I actually had heard from various sources like that. How the fuck do we make Steve work? Was a thing all through Ultimate's development, and I guess they finally figured it out.
Yeah,
because they needed to make it so every stage you can put blocks on it.
Yep. But yeah, this isn't insane like I thought Byleth was. Like, this makes complete sense. It's just not cool.
It's the best-selling game
like,
of all time. It's a decade old. It's wildly popular with kids, and it's non-violent, so it hits like every single conceivable Nintendo tick box.
It might as well have been Tom Holland. We should have gotten Tom Holland in Smash. Hey, are you Spider-Man? Not in this game.
He'll probably play Steve in the Minecraft movie.
That's true. That's true.
God, he probably will.
Isn't Steve black?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I'm looking
so.
at him. The horrible HD Steve you keep posting it, he definitely isn't.
Yeah, you are correct. I just saw a couple people saying this was a representation pic.
I don't know. I've seen Steve Halloween costumes, and they're like tannish, but I never got black. I never really got a race.
Wait, are we really debating that Notch made the default character of Minecraft?
See, Dan wins. Dan
hate you. It. God damn it.
Dan
That's
gets
a silver bullet.
I'm just saying. Like, come on. Anyway.
God, I didn't okay, Dan wins. Bam.
It's not often that someone just fucking pulls out the ultimate weapon like that and just goes, there it is. It's over.
Does anyone else hate Steve's face?
Pretty sure
yes,
that's
I do. Absolutely.
Bob. Okay. I think every other Minecraft face is probably better than Steve's. It's just like, please, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, that one specifically, I've been wanting to wring his neck for years.
I don't really have any positive. I don't have any hate in my heart for Steve. He's just like, okay.
I prefer HD Steve's face.
You're a sociopath. You have deep-seated mental health issues.
This was the funniest Smash reveal ever because it's like, okay, it's time for everyone to have their reactions and shit on it on Twitter.com. What do you mean Twitter data centers went down from 9 a.m. to 9:06 when it was over? And I looked, everything went down. Everyone was like, they knew. They're like, well, no one needs to talk about this.
So on the topic of Byleth, Bob.
Yeah.
I agree with the core thought that Fire Emblem didn't need more representation.
Uh-huh.
But I also don't think Minecraft is underrepresented, so I'm a little sad that it's, the most popular game in the fucking world, virtually.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if a Sim got in from The Sims.
Yeah, a little
except
bit.
Except for if on the D-pad I could hit a direction and Simlish would come out, that's a win.
That's true.
That would be a net win.
This all depends on what Kirby looks like.
They better not be chicken. They better not chicken out. He better just be a cube.
Yeah. I think that'll
I'm gonna be honest. If it looks like a stupid cube Kirby, this inclusion is the 10 automatically.
Here's the thing. You think that, right? but his arms become weird, long cube arms, like with Steve. So he looks like a tiny gorilla.
Again, I told you, a 10.
Like his arms are just big cubes, not even long. They're just big cubes. Big enough that it works out.
I had more interest in playing Byleth based on a moveset. The Steve thing didn't upset me. I just stared at the trailer and didn't care.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of my reaction of like, it seems, yeah.
I think every character they added I played as and was interested in playing as, except for Joker, who I can't play effectively. Joker's cool, and I love Joker, but I can't play it effectively. I think Steve's the first one where I'm looking at, and I'm just like, I don't care about you as a pick for gaming. I don't care as you for a pick for anything, but like the level's neat. Sure, why not? I don't even think the Final Smash is that good.
Oh yeah, it's probably like the weakest Final Smash.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
So he builds a house around the enemy or throws them in a house, and it's dark inside, and then the spooky
creepers.
The creepers come up,
and then the house blows up, and then he pops up and he eats a pork chop,
and it goes.
I think is the pork chop thing part of the Final Smash?
Yes. I don't know.
He pops in and just starts eating it.
Sakurai's like, God, please have a personality.
Yeah,
he's trying to get water out of a stone.
This is like, Steve is like uniquely weird because other than debatably Mr. Game & Watch, he's the only one that is like explicitly not a character. Steve only exists as a player type.
See, this is so much worse than if we got a Sim from The Sims. They would just shit their pants and start crying and leave pizza on the ground.
Then we can get him on with the Pepsi Man.
However, I am excited for the inevitable stream where me and KZ are on a team and we're both Steve and we make somebody mad by trapping them in a box over and over and over again. Which will happen.
PM, your life is about to fucking end.
He's playing like Little Mac or someone who can't do anything about it.
Yeah, just make the wall big enough that Little Mac can't get out. Okay, maybe this is a good inclusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna play him as soon as he hits. Hopefully that's by the time this comes up, but we don't know. They didn't even imply.
I have never seen a character they've ever announced, and not from a gameplay demonstration, just the trailer of gameplay where I go, this is going to be really fucking annoying. Usually Sakurai has to hit a couple of the buttons and explain it for me to go, this is going to be a problem.
Well, you saw them putting Pichu in jail and we're like, oh no.
I thought of opening stream for Steve's.
The Switch fucking crashes. It's not intended to handle that many objects at once.
They're like, we had to delay it for the Switch Pro.
Yeah, and then if you have local, play 8 Steves.
Man, that sounds great. Too bad I can't have 8 people locally.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed right now.
Thanks, 2020.
Man.
What's up?
Smash now. It's okay. When's the next one? Which is cruel.
April.
It's not cruel. This is Minecraft. It's the most popular thing on the planet. You can't bully rich people, Bob.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. There's 4 more. At least it isn't a 5-person pack this time. Stings a little less.
So we got to move on.
Sure.
Look forward to our Smash streams.
I got to get back into that.
Yeah, I mean, desire to play Smash Brothers is the background radiation of my life. The cruelest thing they could ever do to me is release it the same week as the PS5.
Oh.
I don't normally do this. You know, Field talked about
arriving November 12th.
Could you imagine? Field talked about when he got his fancy new TV, he started having nightmares of fucking it up.
Yes, I still do. I still sometimes have
nightmares of canceling my PS5 pre-order. I got another one last night.
Whenever I get something new that I'm fond of, I have weird nightmares about it breaking. Like I got a new bed frame like a couple weeks ago, and I just had a dream the other night where I tore it up. And then I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even have that part. And then I realized it was an dream and went back to sleep.
I had a dream where I picked up the PS5, but my vehicle didn't work, so someone gave me a ride back to my place, but they were homeless, so they had to stay at my place, and I didn't want to play the PS5 around a complete stranger, and then they wouldn't leave my house. That was the whole nightmare.
We're going insane.
So you bought a gun.
It was a really, really bizarre dream. It had a...
I beat him to death with the PS5, and then the PS5 was broken.
The area I was at wasn't even where I live. It was like North Texas. And the atmosphere of the dialogue and everything was more like The Walking Dead. It was... I don't normally have dreams about these upcoming consoles.
That was the one. That's where the other Walking Dead show is.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead.
Is that still going? There's no way they're supporting 2 of those shows right now.
This week in feel sounds.
Bob, The Walking Dead is still so popular. It's now an expansion in Magic the Gathering.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They removed characters from that show so they could make a movie out of those characters.
Bob,
Jesus
what
Christ.
I'm about to show you is 100% real. It is not Photoshop. It is not a fan concept.
Negan needs
that.
to stop. Negan needs to get out. He's not allowed in anything else.
The cold-blooded.
Legendary creature. Yes.
So you weren't kidding. This is real. What a nightmare. Whatever.
How is The Walking Dead still...
No one can shit talk Unglued edition. Not after this.
No.
Anyway.
Got 11 seasons. The spin-off show has 6 seasons.
I don't feel like
zombies, Casey.
I feel like Negan should not be this powerful. He is just a dude. Most of the stuff you summon in that game are horrible monsters, much stronger than a zombie.
Well, don't worry, Bob. Most of my 1 mana to summon slivers are more powerful than Negan by the time I get them out.
Don't.
All right,
talk
Bob.
About Negan. Don't fucking.
Bob, we're at the part of the show where I have to ask you, which of the characters we introduced in this episode can defeat Negan?
Any of them.
I'm gonna go with
Minecraft Steve.
I'm gonna go with old Peter Parker.
I'm gonna say the lighting that new Peter Parker uses. It will blind Negan.
I'm going to say Otto Octavius with his podcast. We got to move on. Oh, God. We got to move on. This week, they're shipping 2 boxes to retail called Xbox.
God damn.
The Xbox Series X showed up at some journalists' house, so they got to try it, and they did videos. The NDA ended 2 days ago, as of the recording of this, I believe. We got some interesting information out of that. For example, the Xbox Series X, the OS on that takes up over 200 gigs of space, so you get to use it takes up 198 gigs of space, so you get to use 802 gigabytes.
I'm scared.
Is the Series S does the Series S actually have a 300 gigabyte hard drive?
That is entirely possible.
That's one Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, Dan. And a lot of people were saying this is because of that fucking quick resume shit.
Yeah.
Like it needs the space for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Which is why it was really bizarre when I think it was Modern Vintage Gamer or Jeff Kaplan. Is that his? No.
Jeff Grubb?
No, the journalist.
Jeff Bakalar?
Bakalar. There we go. Jeff Keighley.
From CNET.
Jeff Bakalar from CNET. It was either him or the guy who runs Modern Vintage Gamer was saying when Sony hasn't talked about their equivalent of Quick Resume, and it's like they probably won't have one because that's taking up shitloads of space. Like you can, for people who don't know, you can suspend your Xbox One games and your Series X games, and it stores the RAM state to storage to your SSD. So that way you can come back and play them. Apparently, after you play enough games, it just dumps the save state without telling you.
Right, it doesn't give you a warning.
Yeah, it doesn't warn you, which I think is a bit of a problem. It also depends on the game type. Like backwards compatible games, they're like you can store up to like 10 or 12 states.
I think the thing we were watching didn't say 5 or 6, Bob.
It said 5 or 6 for Xbox One games.
Yeah, and that
but
was
maybe
that
360
was Microsoft.
Yeah, like
saying
like
that.
360 stuff. Like you can store a lot of those.
Oh yeah, for sure, because they only had 512 gigabytes of RAM. Even upgraded for the 4K and stuff, you're not talking even a whole gigabyte most likely. Meanwhile, the One X, that's 12 gigabytes. Well, actually, we're talking about the game, so it's probably closer to 9 or 10. And multiple of those. And then you're talking the Series X, which is probably 13, 12 gigs, maybe 14. I can't remember. I stopped paying attention to these numbers. Either way, you're talking 60 gigs of storage or something. 40 to 60 gigs of storage, and also the bloated as shit OS that Microsoft pushes out. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier this year of, if Sony makes the PS5 OS lean enough, it will have more storage.
Yeah, I mean, the Xbox One even has a problem where the OS is huge.
Yeah.
Like just enormous. Like you get the terabyte thing, and I think you start with 800 or so gigs there.
Yeah, let's see. As I'm seeing here, the One X has 781 gigabytes. So it was actually worse than the Series X. The One X was slightly worse than the Series X in this regard. Yeah, for people who don't know, the PS5 has an 875 gigabyte SSD, I believe. So, you're going to talk neck and neck here, I imagine. I imagine it's going to be upper 700s probably. And since they have the Kraken compression built straight into the OS, or into the hardware, there's a really good chance games will take up less space. We'll find out when it launches. That's when we get to look into that stuff, because the Series X doesn't have that compression tech. It just has the last gen equivalent, as far as I know, which is LZ compression. But yeah, that's a shitload of space. More importantly, moving on from that, we got a terrible graphic, which a Podlord used. That's their thing this week.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I feel like people may want to see this in its full quality.
No.
What, man?
Yeah.
I think that's important. Oh no, I can't copy it from Google Docs.
That's tragic.
I'm gonna riot.
The performance they showed on games got me excited.
Yes, no, the performance on games.
We
is really
finally
good.
got it. We finally got that thing we wanted to see from any of them, which was we just put games in. Like they put Final Fantasy 15 in, and the load from a save is just 10 seconds, and it just runs at a stable 60 FPS on light, which to be fair is 1080p locked.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see games with uncapped frame rates just running like that, like Sekiro. And I was getting excited. I was like, man, it's happening.
Yeah, Digital Foundry did a really good set of games there of like, hey, it really fixes things.
Yeah, and it's great. And that's a really important feature of these new machines. I think the Xbox is going to be able to do it a little bit better than the PS5, but we'll have to wait and see. The interesting thing is, in Digital Foundry's analysis, they showed already that since the upgrade in memory bandwidth isn't that much between the One X and the Series X relative to the size of the games or whatever, the memory bandwidth can be a limiting factor in performance in certain situations. So areas with a lot of alpha transparencies, things with like bushes in Monster Hunter World can actually make performance tank. I think that's interesting that's the bottleneck now, because we just got a whole generation of CPU, always CPU. But yeah, this is great. This is the single strongest point of this console, the back compat. If that thing doesn't run games at launch, that's going to be a problem for me. On a related note,
No.
even though it's in the preview stage, and that's the thing everyone emphasizes, so that way you don't assume that things won't magically be fixed in the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, some people sounded more panicked than others when saying, don't run away with this. It's a preview. Don't run your articles about fucking it's not working.
Which is nuts, because we should be talking about it, and we should be talking about it with a speculative tone, not a concrete tone. The current state of the Xbox Series X doesn't play hundreds of games that it should. Hundreds.
Games like Gears 5
And
Halo
Halo
5.
5.
Most Forza games.
GTA 5.
It's okay. Those are only just not in because those are going to be the games that have the enhanced feature set with 120 frames per second.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
I know.
Blinks the cat.
Yes, you click on those games and an error message pops saying, "This is not ready," or "This is an incomplete," or something like that.
Not here, bro.
Access them.
So
Real.
this is kind of nuts because we spent this entire year with insufferable Xbox fans screaming that the PS5 only supports the top 100 games, and because Xbox told them at the beginning of this year, I went and searched up the messaging to make sure, no one misinterpreted. They literally said every game that boots on the Xbox One will work on the Series X. That's what they've been saying all year. Whether it's 360 Xbox original.
100% compatibility, huh?
Yes, they said that. And apparently, as it is right now, 6 weeks before launch, that is not the case. Hopefully they fix that by launch because my launch stream is mostly back compat.
We've never dealt with any product that told us for sure we were getting 100% back
100%.
and then nothing like that happened. So definitely no PS1 mods.
Oh my god.
That's why I said 100% compatibility.
I'd like to not think about the PSIO and the company that made it and their insane relationship with lying, people catching them lying.
I thought you were going to say relationship with Xbox.
And then a year or two later, everyone being tired of them lying. Like, they're not really in my thoughts and prayers. But no, I like to relate this to the PS3 when they told us the PS3 would do a bunch of shit it didn't do before it launched. And this is the core appeal of the system. If they told me, hey, it doesn't play any Xbox One games, I wouldn't be buying it at launch. So when you tell me it's not, at the state it's at right now, it's not 100% like they said it was, that's a problem.
Yeah, if we get it, and we can't play my number 9, then why'd we even get it?
That's a part of it, sure.
This is the line, Dan. This is the final line of my mental defense, where I will 100% believe that it'll all work and it'll all be fine. But if they can't manage this, I'm done. I'm done, and I'm gonna eat this company.
Like I told Dan before we started recording, during that stream, you gotta have the Series X on a whiteboard behind you on the gallows. And every game that doesn't work is another piece of Hangman.
We're so screwed because I insisted that you play the King Kong movie game.
The best part is every time it doesn't play a game, it fills out a letter, right? To go along with the hangman we're drawing, literally. And what it's going to spell is ecosystem.
No, Dan, that's too many. It doesn't get that many chances.
Oh, it's going to get more than one letter at a time to finish.
You have to just spells out Series L.
God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, no, that's rough. They better get that shit in place by then because Jesus Christ, that's the number one marketing thing they've said all year. They kept saying no boost mode works with every game, most compatible system ever made.
I mean, no boost mode.
They literally said all three of these things.
Yeah, so hopefully everything's fine.
Hopefully the people who have the preview device, right? They have the preview, are hearing from Microsoft, oh, don't worry, they're all going to be there in time. But I feel like if they were hearing that, they would have literally said that. And no one's
They were getting like constant
that.
updates. Yeah, I watched a shit ton of these previews, and they're like almost constantly they kept sending updates of this works now, this works now. So it sounds like this shit's coming in hot like a meteor about to hit Earth.
Oh, that's weird. A random YouTube guy told me the PS5 was coming in hot because journalists don't have access to it. Weird.
Maybe Sony's like, we're also coming in hot similarly, but we don't want to announce it with a neon sign like Xbox.
I mean, for me, Sony is trying to sell a game that a system that plays new games, and they literally shipped all of these Series X's out with no new games to play on it.
Right, which is hilarious.
This is like going out there with no pants and revealing you have no shirt either. But you promised you'd have the shirt, but as it turns out, you had one sleeve.
So they better get that in order. I really don't want to deal with that being the last straw and everyone being like, it's fine. They have partial compatibility. We're fine with this. Ignore the fact we've been screaming that Sony would only support the top 100 games all year.
all that really matters is these top 100 games after all. So
Yes.
that's enough for us Xbox players, but it wasn't going to be enough for PlayStation.
Even though PlayStation already said it's 99% compatibility, which is just a legal thing to cover their ass because they know people can sue them over shit they say about their system. The thing Microsoft seems to be immune from.
I pretend not to see anything that you're saying.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to think about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
EA Play is coming to Game Pass at launch.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I'm shocked we didn't talk about that last week.
Oh, at launch of the new system, I was like, wait, what do you mean? At launch of what? The EA Play launched years ago.
Yeah, November 10th. They previously, I think like a month ago, said it was going to happen. Now they've locked it in that just it will be on Game Pass alongside the Series X and S launch.
To get you more old games.
Yeah, but these will work.
Maybe.
By the way, this is me if the Series X doesn't boot Mighty Number 9.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Punish Dan.
Either one. I
Really love that one.
Man.
That picture is ruined for me because I keep seeing the one that's like he's looking at the Taco Bell sign.
Yes,
That one's really good. By the way, here's the ecosystem image. I finally found it. There we go.
God, this is so good.
It's so good.
The Xbox One X, the most powerful, fastest console. The One S, next gen performance.
Why is the one on this at all?
Because they're insane. They wrote something that makes no sense. And
Why
They're like the little one is what you already have, and the big one is what you're going into.
The One X shouldn't be on there at all because it was fucking discontinued.
In a lot of countries, but not officially in America yet.
I wouldn't have any problem with this graphic if the one was just not on it.
Right. Because then it would make sense. But here's the thing. The marketing department at Microsoft for the Xbox team is brain dead. Aren't you glad that they're now tweeting Bethesda memes?
Also, they're on a giant X. I get it.
Yep.
Oh shit! Look at that.
You are the center of gaming. So, this sucks. I'm really bummed out about that. I hate that I was right about the OS being so huge that there's even a remote chance the PS5 will have as much storage. Because that means...
That's ludicrous,
What that means is Sony literally is getting a much better deal on their SSD because it's smaller and might hit anywhere around the same size, which is nuts. Like
this isn't here nor there, but they need to pass a law that you're not allowed to advertise the size of your hard drive on your console and not include the OS.
Yeah, I feel like we should have to advertise the storage.
Yeah,
right.
It should be usable space.
Okay,
so it's like here's
it's insane to be
700
like
gig.
the 1 gigabyte actually 810 because of the OS.
Okay, I looked it up. The storage on the PS5 is 825, not 875. So yeah, mid to high 700s is possible. I don't know if it's likely. The PS5 OS, contrary to the Xbox Series X OS, is a completely different OS from the PS4. It's redesigned from the ground up. So basing it on the prior numbers doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, let's move on. This
sure.
sucks.
Where are we going?
Well, I don't know. Hey, Phil, talk about Rockstar.
So, GTA 5, a very popular game that came out 7 years ago on the 360 and PS3.
And then again on the PS4 and Xbox One.
PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series S versions popped up on Amazon. Listings for next gen versions of GTA 5 popped up on Amazon for $75.
I sincerely hope this isn't right.
This has to be fake. There's no way.
Fake.
There's no way.
I could see it if it comes with some of their bullshit fucking scam cash.
I guess there could be one of those
If
versions.
there's any publisher brave enough to do it, it would be this one.
The $200 edition. It's just all scam money.
Yeah, it's just all scam cash.
God.
Like, come on, at least be like fucking THQ Nordic. Put a stupid statue in.
No, there's just more cash.
We have the protagonist of San Andreas in there. Guys.
It's literally a casino as the new cover.
Ooh.
I really appreciate this new news because I found out about it before everyone else.
Okay.
And getting to see everyone have the same reaction as reasonable is funny as shit. The new Chromecast, I'm stealing your news, with Google TV won't officially support Stadia at launch. And even more importantly, it doesn't even have a fucking Ethernet port. You have to buy that shit separately now.
It's over.
Yeah, we should have recorded this earlier. I felt like I was being shot. Like I was losing my mind on stream because multiple people said Stadia's done. And then I got a tweet saying, who said Stadia was gonna die the earliest, and I was like, no, they did not kill it now.
Something we didn't cover in an Amazon Luna talk last week. One of the many reasons, which I assumed there are many, many reasons that will be more successful than Stadia. Here's the hugest one. You guys are going to be ass blown by this. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Their games don't have to be ported to Linux. They're just normal Windows PCs.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's fucking over.
What not morons?
There's never gonna be a game on Stadia again.
God, what were they thinking? They just
Somehow Doom Eternal hits Luna before Stadia.
It's still not out, is it?
Pretty sure it's not.
Oh my god.
It'd be really funny if they were like, we got the Doom guys on Stadia to show you the streaming works, and then they just can't get the new Doom game before someone else who releases something a year later.
God, that's dire. Also, this is what I was talking about every time I said everyone oversells how competent Google side projects are way too much. The fact, one, their own device they just shipped a year after Stadia launches doesn't support Stadia at launch.
It feels like this would be the ultimate thing of getting a lot of people into Stadia.
No, they're done. I don't think they've announced the Stadia Connect in a while.
No, they haven't.
Thank
Their last
God.
one was them buying exclusives.
Yeah.
No
one certainly would buy a bunch of exclusives and then nosedive or anything.
That's never happened.
We're not at that part of the story yet. To be continued. Going over the Grand Canyon.
As Phil looks over and smiles.
Now Todd Howard is trapped in the back seat.
So, Phil, let's get your last bit of news out of the way.
Okay, Atelier Ryza 2 got a PS5 version confirmed. It's going to be day and date with the other versions. I don't even know what that's going to look like.
It'll look like 60 frames per second and loading fast. And texture filtering. Yay!
Higher res.
Whoa!
Yeah, but
Those thighs will look even more plump.
The question is always like, with some of these, it's like, what's the difference between PS4 running on PS5 and PS5?
I imagine for a lot of these, not a whole lot. Probably texture filtering and a higher resolution. That's it. Which is fine. Like, just a higher performance is the number one thing I want, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's how I feel.
And they want a box in the store that says PS5, so people know that
people don't get confused. Yeah, absolutely. Because they've been hearing all year that the PS5 only plays 100 games. That's okay. No one's about to get very confused when the Xbox only plays 100 games.
You okay?
No, I'm not. Honestly, I had one fucking last thing where I was like, it's fine. It's gonna be okay.
Now, yeah, I'm in that thing of like, I don't care. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be 100% fine, and I'm not gonna listen to any guff.
And then if it's not fine, I'm gonna get a gun.
Did anyone check if the cave works? Obviously, that's the big seller. They showed it off. One of the first things they showed off.
Yeah, that was one of the first things they showed off.
Bob.
Do you think if I tweet at Jeff Grubb or Jeff Baclar, you know, the Jeffs who have Xboxes, do you
Jeff
think
Box?
Jeff Grubb's preview was weird because he kept holding the system. It smudged to shit.
Wait, it didn't look like it should smudge. I thought with the same sort of material as
it's matte, so if your fingers are oily,
okay,
you know.
His fingers were oily as hell. It looked like a stampede of hands was on his system.
Okay, so Phil, Real quick, I'm going to
Yeah.
post an image. KZ, please include this. Sorry.
Okay.
So the only difference between the 360 and the 1X version of Sonic Unleashed here is texture filtering. It's not higher res, it's just texture filtering. But look at the fucking planks. Texture filtering can make the same art look shitloads better.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, there are PS4 games that don't use anisotropic filtering correctly or at all, which is nuts and stupid.
I know why. I just imagined Phil going, "This is a lot better than 1X1 removed chip."
Chips, like, he's not really that much worse than average.
I think that guy in the background made him into a hot dog. I don't know.
I love the hot dog man.
That guy's intense.
Oh, I'll look forward to playing that game at a stable frame rate when I buy Series X in February.
Or will you?
Oh, no! Well, it's February. Hopefully by then it'll be fine.
Move on to a new story.
Real quick, wanted to know, because it's been killing me.
Uh-huh.
That character in the foreground looks like a Kinect avatar, like the 360 Kinect style.
No, don't
rare...
talk about it.
Okay.
Bam!
Yep, she goes bam, and Sonic's like, whoa! Anyway,
Did you break your leg?
that was impressive. Anyways, we got to move on. By the way, I just want to clarify for people who really aren't paying attention to the tone and everything else I'm saying. I'm not asserting that it's certain that the Series X won't play every game at launch. I am worried it won't, as someone who's spending $500 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if we get that home and it doesn't do anything, it's going to be really sad.
It's going to be the worst stream we've ever done.
Yes. Also might be the angriest. And
it's also going to be the worst console we've ever bought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this for people who are unaware. I don't want bad things to happen to Microsoft. I'm trying to find fun in it every single week that it happens. I am scared shitless right now.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, I have as many exclusive, exciting titles to buy for my Series X as I do my PS5, but I don't. And I will rag on them until they fix that.
I pre-ordered a Series X because despite all the things we say, I feel like there's still a chance they will put out a game I want to buy that I cannot get on another console. I'll believe it.
Plus, you can play the best version of Final Fantasy 13.
Correct.
And 13 too.
And Metal Gear Rising.
And, I don't think that.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think that runs in 4K, but yeah. You know, because only some games support 1X.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's rough.
Oh well. Anyway,
Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, there you go. Get your HDR in Fusion Frenzy. I actually was surprised by how many games they said support the HDR already. Like GTA 4 already has the HDR feature. They apparently, you know, what you would think they would do, that I think it's more sane, is for people who don't know, they have an HDR algorithm, a machine learning algorithm that takes the game rendering engine's internals and maps it to HDR for people with HDR TVs. For older games, 360 games, they whitelist which ones they think look bad and disable it in those only. And I'm worried that every game's just going to look wrong and weird.
Yeah, I was like, I hope that you can just turn it off because, oh man, bad HDR just looks bad.
That would be ideal. Already the Digital Foundry stuff, the colors are all different, and that's making me worry. But I'll have to wait till it gets here and find out. Bob.
Yeah.
Let's move on to whether or not we should pursue Lubu.
Sure. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires got announced over the weekend. It comes out for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Switch.
Bob.
Also PC.
Bob, wait 1 second. You said Xbox Series, but which Xbox One? Which one Xbox for the series?
The boast of them.
Here's the important stuff, okay?
Okay.
It's not open world.
Thank God.
That's the most important thing you could have heard about this, because Dynasty Warriors 9 sucks so bad because of the open world.
The open world, like, I need to go back and play that, but I think the open world is absolutely terrible. But if I remember right, they also broke the basic gameplay of it.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they just completely rework it and are basically just using the models they made for 9 and bring back combat from an older one.
I am absolutely certain that's what they're doing, because anything else would be insane to do this many years later.
Yeah, no, it's been years.
I see you wrote here, create a character returns.
Yeah, you can make it your own officer.
Cool. I'm going to make Steve from Minecraft.
Hell yeah. Your reaction to this was incredible.
Yeah,
Like they're showing it, you're in the background. The CG trailer or whatever they show is like a city being formed, and I hear Dan in the back yell, "Show the game!"
Yeah, they didn't show us anything gameplay-wise.
And
It's
then
just
you're
the CG
like,
trailer.
"Oh fuck, it's Empires!" And then such despair came out of all of you.
Yeah, I was actually watching it in my car. I was about to go pick up some food, and I come back inside because they started showing the trailer, and I'm like, they're showing a bullshit CG trailer. They show the buildings rise up out of the ground, and I'm like, oh, it's Empire.
Yeah, it's just sad.
You wanted them to move on, but they're like, no, we're going to stick with this great base we established with Dynasty Warriors 9.
Some people like the Empire series. I don't. I'll give this one a chance. Who knows? Maybe on the PS5 it runs well.
Maybe. This one can go all the way down to the Switch, so maybe they optimized it a bit.
Yeah, so it's clearly nothing like Dynasty Warriors 9.
Right?
Yeah, it won't just be a nightmare.
But yeah, we'll check that out when it comes out.
We play Dynasty Warriors 9 regular on the PS5, see if that smooths things out a bit.
Yes, that should be on our stream list.
It should.
Let me go add that to our stream list while you talk about your next bit of news.
Sure. Tekken 7, Season Pass 4, we got to see the first new character, Kunimitsu, who is the daughter of Kunimitsu.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I had a stroke reading this when you added on to that.
That's funny as shit.
I guess they wanted to have it be her daughter so that she could take her mask off. Because I guess the whole thing was you didn't see the face of regular Kunimitsu, and this one you do. But she's a ninja character, wears a mask most of the time. So it looks pretty cool that the trailer shows her like beating all the other ninja characters in the game, and Yoshimitsu, she like steals his swords, which it could be an implication that of something of like maybe she's his daughter too. I'm not sure. It's all vague because it's Cat Tekken story when there isn't actually a story going on. So whatever.
I just realized something.
What's up,
Bob?
Uh-huh.
We have almost 30 games for the PS5 launch stream.
Oh my god,
Bob, there's
Go
no way
we're
never gonna be able to fit that shit on that drive.
no.
Same for the Series X stream. It's just gonna be a constant carnival of installing and uninstalling.
Yeah. No, that stream's gonna be.
Do
a
you
nightmare.
have multiple PS5s? So what you can do
Yes,
is
actually.
you do half of them on one, and then you unplug that one, plug this one in while this one is over there downloading more.
I mean,
You
yeah,
people are
we have Bobs.
deranged.
We have Bobs on the other side of the room.
Okay.
It's called content creation.
Yeah, we'll pregame with some like Demon Souls or Mighty Number 9 on mine while he prepares real shit, and then I'll prepare stupid
Destruction
shit.
All-Stars.
Yeah, no, that's in our list. Right there next to Astro's Playroom and Sackboy, A Big Adventure. I'm calling my shot now. Journalists are going to include Astro's Playroom in the size of the OS when you get the PS5, even though you can delete that game. They're going to be like, well, look at how little storage it has. And it's like, you're including a game in that, No, I don't know, because I don't pay attention.
Astro's Playroom's 85 gigabytes.
Get you fucking... It looks like Doom Eternal when we get it.
I'll be surprised if that thing's over 10 gigs.
8K assets. It has cutscenes, and there's video files for every language.
I want 1 second. I want to take bets. How big do you think Astro's Playroom is? What did you just say, Bob?
10 gigabytes.
Okay. I'm betting 22. KZ?
9.
Feel?
This is writing me.
20.
Okay. Bob, we both got fucked.
Right?
Why'd you say a weird number then? You could have just said 20.
Because then you would have gone 19.
No, I would have also said 20.
Okay, well, I'm also going to say 20. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Mine stands. I'm brave.
Well, yeah, because the lower end...
I'm changing mine to 405.
Oh, no! Are you telling me if this game's 300 gigs, Casey's gonna win?
Yes.
Astro's Playroom is now, for some reason, GTA 6.
Well, once you completely beat it, it deletes itself and unlocks back compat.
Oh, of course. And then you get trophies.
It's a fucking Yoko Taro shit.
You have to format your OS at the end of the game.
Okay, we have other Tekken 7 stuff here.
Okay, what's up?
You get a new stage. It's called the Vermilion Gates. It's like this big Japanese torii gate. Looks pretty cool.
Cool.
We got a sort of time range for all the other updates for the first part of this. So we're getting new moves for all the characters. Mm-hmm. All this launches in fall. The UI is getting updated. Better netcode, which he said that he talked to Sakurai.
Why?
He wanted to talk about netcode as well. So hopefully Smash Bros is getting better netcode at some point.
I'm gonna
Makes sense.
I'm gonna come if Smash gets netcode.
And they told us more about Tekken prowess, which is like there's already a ranking system in Tekken, so this stacks on top of that. So it's separate.
You say Tekken prowess, and I think it's a battle pass.
Right. It's not. It's not that.
Okay.
Not at all.
So this has to do with ranking?
Yes, it's a separate rank.
Mm-hmm.
It builds up from all the characters you play and also takes into account the sort of moves you use. Like if you do really well-timed perfect blocks and perfect dodge sort of stuff, you'll actually be getting higher Tekken prowess, which will be a separate rank that you'll be able to be matched with, kind of like MMR and that sort of thing. It sounds pretty cool. I'm excited to see what they've done with this.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
Honestly, ever since I watched this announcement, I'm like, I really want to play Tekken, but I should wait. And I've just been in that position
for
days.
We need to play some Tekken, so that way when the PS5 comes out and we play Tekken, we poop our pants.
Yes.
It's like loading.
Whoa.
We don't have to look at those crystals for very long.
Get ready for the and then it's end. Sorry.
They change it in a patch. Battle.
That's all he says. He just says battle.
He just doesn't say anything. That screen's just gone.
He just goes, get ready.
It's just you collect your characters and you're in match.
I mean, yes, we're gonna get a PS5 fighting game that does that.
That'll be insane.
And then we're gonna get a Series X fighting game that almost does that.
Move on.
Bob, let's go to your next bit of news.
Sure. Death Smiles 1 and 2 collection announced for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Mm-hmm.
They come out in Japan in 2021. We didn't get any more specific date. We didn't get a US release or anything. But this is exciting because we haven't really seen Death Smiles 2 hit, or Death Smiles 1 or 2 hit anything but 360 and PC before.
Yeah, for people
I don't know what these are.
For people with an eagle. Yeah, they're Danmakus. For people who are eagle-eyed in this fan base, you may have noticed Bob has the Death Smiles faceplate for his 360.
Yes, they gave it to me with my 360 copy of the game.
It's very cool. That game's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, it's like a side-scrolling shooter, like shmup with it. Schmideways, where you can turn left or right. Like you have a button to just face different directions. Yes, you schmoove all over the screen.
I'm pretty sure schmoovin' is the isometric flag shooter genre. Zaxxon is schmoovin'. but yeah, it has a really cool power-up system, cool shop thing. Very good graphics in my opinion.
Yeah, it's weird. Death Smiles 1's like all pre-rendered CG style, like country, and 2 apparently uses 3D graphics. I've never seen 2 before this trailer, but apparently it came to 360 but never hit US.
Great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all of those. Hopefully we get it over here.
This next bit of news, someone tagged me in, and I wondered why I should care. I kind of forgot what this game was.
Oh, Pathless?
Yes, Bob, let's talk about it.
Pathless got announced with a launch date today, so it comes out on the same day as PS5 launch. So it's a launch title on there. And it's this weird, it's an open world game they've shown off a few times that has a Breath of the Wild feel with its sort of artsy look to it, and you go around with the bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the one where they were sliding and stuff.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. I did not expect that soon.
And it's also coming to other stuff like the PS4, the Epic Game Store, and Apple Arcade.
Weird. Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. That'll be cool as a launch title. I have to wonder how much it's going to be. It's because this is like an indie game, made by the same guys who did Abzu, yeah, giant squid,
big squid. I guess I'll add it to the list. Pathless. There we go.
We don't need to get every launch title in there. Good lord.
No,
we'll be streaming for 2 days.
That'll be fine because the power of next gen will fuel me.
That's true. We'll need to have like backup pizzas or something, anything to keep us alive.
Oh, but you're kidding me. There's no way we're not going to have a sandwich platter for this because we're going to fucking die.
Yeah, no, we need like a full platter of food.
Because the stream is going to be probably our longest ever. Who knows?
Put a dozen eggs on it.
Dan, it can't be your longest ever because the PS5 can, because that one's after the Series X one, so you can just die after.
Yes.
See, that's Feel, practical thinker. But that's cool. That's neat. Looking forward to that. Really didn't expect it that soon. Let's move on to the next bit.
All right. Jump rope challenge was supposedly going to leave the eShop.
Which was weird and seemingly malicious.
Yeah, it's like September 29th is the day it dies. and then the Tone was like, I guess that doesn't make sense.
It's really insane for us to just take shit away for no reason.
It's
Pick up that Mario game, by the way.
I wonder if it's because they were like, well, COVID will be over by then.
Could you imagine Nintendo's that insane?
That's what it felt like. That's what it feels like. And then they're like, oh no, the world's not changing anytime soon. And we got one more cool shmup related story.
Or
Schmideways. Whatever
Depends.
it is. Many things in this collection.
Even schmoving.
Oh, is that why they call them shmups?
Yes, because it's shoot 'em ups. Shoot 'em ups. That's the...
Huh. See, whenever people called them shoot 'em ups, I was like, yeah, you're shooting them up. You're shooting them all up. But I didn't know it was like up, cardinal direction up.
That is the joke I keep making. I don't know if anyone other than me does that.
I hate how I described that because it had the same energy as he's gonna take their face off.
Yeah, like I never assumed that it was because they were going up.
I'm having a stroke. I hate this episode.
This is a great episode. What are you talking about? This is good shit.
It's
So Psycho Shooting Collection announced for the PS5.
Yeah, comes to the PS5. It's going to have. Okay, let's go through all of these. This is a lot. A lot of these are
here. I'll just read it in a Plinkett voice. Okay.
Okay.
Dragon Blaze, Gunbird, Gunbird 2, Gunbirich.
Got a stroke with that one.
Samurai Aces 3, Sengoku Cannon, Soul Divide.
Why'd they skip 2?
Why did they skip 2?
Who knows?
Strikers 1945, brace yourself. Strikers 1945 2. Strikers 1945 3.
So action-packed year.
Tengai and Zero Gunner 2. Thank you very much to our shmups.
But yeah, those all
if
came
you'd
out.
like to become a shmup. God, would I?
They all came out on Switch already. I've been considering buying each of them as they came out because they look pretty neat individually.
Yeah.
But then I heard this collection's coming, and they're also releasing them individually on PS4 and Xbox One.
So you have a la carte on all last-gen consoles, but this is a complete collection on PS5.
Yes.
That's pretty fucking hype. And since you don't really need to read the language...
Right? It doesn't matter if they translate this.
Yeah.
But I think they will, because all those Switch games hit the US store.
Oh, that's a good point. So how many titles is that?
It's certainly better.
1, 2, 3. Gunbridge. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's not bad. It's better than...
the Mario collection.
Oh, I was going to make the joke of it's better than Turrican.
Yeah, it's better than Deathsmile's 1-2 collection, because that has 3 versions of each Deathsmile game, but still, that's only like 6 games.
Oh my god, why does it have 3 versions of each Deathsmiles game?
Okay, there's regular, there's relabel, and then there's... God, I need to look at the actual list, because they have insane names. I think Black Edition.
Yeah, I think I've heard that said before.
Okay, Arcade, version 1.1, then Normal. Okay, sorry, there are 9 games in that. So then there's Deathsmile's Mega Black Label. That's its own game.
What?
That has an arcade version of version 1.1 and a normal. And then there's Deathsmiles 2, which has arcade, Deathsmiles 2X, and Arrange.
Why? Okay, well, anyways, I'm glad that's a comprehensive collection.
Yeah.
You know what isn't comprehensive as a re-release? These Konami PC things. KZ, you got any news about that?
Okay, so this happened while we were recording.
Oh no, that's not
Silent Hill 4 was rated for PC. Going by the previous releases they did of like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, they're just gonna dump in ISO.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they did last week for PC.
I bought Metal Gear Solid 2 on there. I haven't booted it yet. I have no idea how bad this is.
The controller support's bad enough where people are having troubles getting their controllers to work with it. So this will probably
I saw Galuria in your chat just going, keyboard and mouse. There's no controller support.
Yeah, that's how I want to play Metal Gear Solid 2.
God,
this is so fucking pitiful.
Yeah,
like Konami, you could go to Sony right now and be like, "Please, sir, help," and they do it for you so they could have it on their console.
Yeah,
they do it because they know that it'd sell millions.
Yeah.
Here it's like this uneventful, like, oh, okay. Oh, it's not a very good port.
Like, yeah, they're ancient and dog shit.
I want to go to this news next because I refuse for it to be our last news for the episode.
Sure.
The Pokemon news popped up. They did a small direct, among other things like that really cool AMV they made, which was super dope.
Yeah,
they showed details on the last DLC for Sword and Shield, the Crown Tundra, that's coming out on October 22nd. Features like they showed it before, you like go into caves with like a group of people to do raids against legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, but now we're seeing it. It looks like you don't actually have to go in around the cave. It looks like it's just a menu that's a cave.
Yeah, no, it's like, all right, where do we want to go? Go
what?
Through this little maze. Yeah, it's not like actual exploration for this cave shit. It actually is like you vote on which direction to go, and then you fight.
I'm
fight
fucking
a raid
done.
battle.
I'm
Nintendo.
This fucking game.
This is the thing. This is the Nintendo brain disease we talk about, where it's like they do a thing that seems good, and then they do some completely bizarre decision about how they envision their users wanting it.
I mean, I'm still excited to do that. I'm just like, why the fuck did... There's still an exploration part of the DLC. It's just not this cave section. They've decided, no, that's not happening.
I as soon as you started talking about how cool the AMV was, like, yeah, they released this really cool anime OP while they were dying on the floor, coughing up blood. It's just like, oh yeah, the state of Pokemon looks really great over here. Oh, what's that on the ground?
It's like they're
a
literally
wonderful DLC.
They're literally puking blood, and they're like, play that funny Twitter video of all the anime memes dancing.
God damn it!
Oh man,
they showed
weird.
like a new. They showed like a new Slow King that kind of bothers me.
Yeah, he's kind of scary.
He looks like an Ultraman villain.
I haven't seen it.
The shell is now over its head and controlling it.
And has like eyeshadow.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's troubling.
I think it's like, I'm guessing it's like poison or something.
Yeah, it's poison psychic now.
Yeah, they showed some of the Crown Tundra region, which looks neat. This is why I specifically held off on the DLC, so I could just do both and see how that
and have a whopping 90 minutes of content.
Not true. That's the first DLC.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to actually play and find out. Give a proper assessment. See what's actually going on with it. They're also adding like some extra tournament stuff where you can like do duos by grouping up with a trainer you met through the games and the DLC and face the other gym leaders and champion and stuff.
You fight the guys you already fought probably too many times in the regular game.
Finally, a tournament bracket featuring all these underutilized characters. I didn't get enough of that. The end of that game, man.
It's like spin a wheel. It's like, how can I spin it as bad?
No. I just when Bob pointed that out, that they were apparently doing a tournament with all the characters for the first one, I was like, I already had to redo that tournament twice. It was already a weird ending to that game. That's not.
It's just like there's nothing new with that. It's crazy.
You get to partner up with one of them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the new thing.
They said there'd be like different interactions and stuff if you pair up with different characters and the other characters when they team up with each other. I was like, okay.
I'll wait for the DLC to come out and then search Twitter for the keyword Milo.
I'm like, if this were any other game, I could believe that was like significant and not a single line that they wrote for each character.
I don't know, Bob. Any other game? That's loaded language. If this was Mass Effect 4.
I'm sorry.
Choose the color of your gym partner.
Green, Milo.
Yes!
Also, you're right. It's totally going to be one line.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 lines.
I'd expect that for any Pokemon game, frankly.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm just saying that's not something that you would advertise, basically.
You're going to finish the tournament, and it's going to be like, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, and it's going to be really hype, and then Milo's just going to look at you, and he'll go, I'm Milo.
I was going to say it's a Nintendo thing. It is a Japanese game thing to heavily advertise something, or advertise it to a degree, and it's bullshit. And they're like, did they advertise this like multiple times? It's like the smallest shit ever.
We think you're really going to like the redesign of these characters in Overwatch.
Now I keep thinking of that thing in Final Fantasy 15.
Which one?
Where they advertised how good a character Luna Freya was.
Oh, yeah.
I am so mad. I got re-mad about it because I went back and looked at old streams. Because I was like, I just want to get mad today. Yeah. I was like, I want to get mad because they announced on Twitter that the FF15 Twitter is now turning off because it's over.
Good.
The era is done. And they said, like, Luna Freya is real important. People were like, we want her to join our party in the game. It's like, actually, please look forward to it. You'll be joining her party. And then you play the game and go, this motherfucker is snake oil salesman.
That's funny. I think that's hilarious. What a fucking incredible ruse.
God, what a fucking hack.
Brilliant.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 16 apparently is just going to be rated M for mature Peggy 18 because Naoki Yoshida is a sicko that thirsts for blood.
Good on him.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Anything else would have been bad.
I assumed after the dude gets beheaded and the blood goes all over the kid's face, and then Ifrit mauls that dude and blood starts exploding on the screen.
Please let Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 and 3 be fucking rated M. Please. Just let
No, it's too late.
Yeah, that was one of my complaints about the first remaster is like, oh, geez, this really needs an M.
We can't.
No,
it's
going to be purple slime. If someone's stabbed, it'll be gray smoke.
God, the gray
They'll
smoke
say
is so
shit
bad.
and damn a lot, though.
So in the middle of this big thing, I have been sent an image. Now, KZ, don't include this in the podcast, but what they have sent me is a Nutter Butter pack that they found in their local grocery store.
Oh man, free in-game content for Halo Infinite.
Very excited.
I always love seeing Master Chief rising above the Nutter Butter like that.
No. I before I clicked on it, I was sure it was going to be free Game Pass.
To be honest, yes, also.
Maybe it's on the other side.
Each cookie has a coupon for free Game Pass inside. It's really funny that all this Halo marketing's coming out. They really should have decided to delay it sooner. They shouldn't have needed that fake E3 thing for everyone to go, this looks like dog shit, you guys.
I'm just imagining Oreos was Game Pass codes printed on the top of them.
I should have looked at
each Oreo is a free week.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It stacks infinitely. You can just buy 2 cases or 2 bags of Oreo and have it for 4 years.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. I'm like, eat an Oreo, enter a code. Eat an Oreo, enter a code.
You turn the page, wash your hands. You turn the page, wash your hands.
KZ, let's finish out the last of the memory from the Pod Lords with this next bullet.
Yeah, we can't end on this.
Okay. So I don't actually know how to pronounce this.
Live Alive?
Is it Live Alive or is it Live Alive?
If you check this out, hear me out. Live Alive can be 2 different ways to say that. So if you pronounce it as that.
Oh. Okay. Live Alive its 26th anniversary is happening. They're doing a stream for it. Having like Yoga Shimomura, who's the composer, a bunch of staff on there. It's probably going to be a port because they did trademarks in Japan, in America, and multiple places months ago. Like, this has been telegraphed for a bit. It looks like they'll just probably do a cheap port.
They're only put it on
the Switch.
They're only put it on the Series X that need a name as confusing as their name.
You'll put it on. Yeah, it'll put it on the fucking Series X. I was like, oh, they'll just like put it on the Switch. Series X though, it might be pretty good.
It would be pretty funny if like the shit that they made for Trials of Mana just lets them like remake all their SNES shit.
Yeah, that's what I was like, all right, they're just digging up all the old stuff that's like never coming to us ever and saying, sure, it can come now.
Man, if Live A Live got a remaster of the quality of Trials of Mana, that'd be pretty crazy.
I think
I'd like to
Trials
see that
of Mana
style.
sold pretty well.
Yeah.
It's getting an update. I meant to put it in the news, but that game is getting updated soon with a new difficulty mode.
Oh, that's great, because I haven't played it at all, and I've owned it since launch, and I'm waiting for PS5, and none of you should judge me because I have a PS4 vanilla.
Oh, some shit might be happening because I missed this, but they said it in August. Sales of Trials of Mana are so strong that they have significantly surpassed our initial expectations.
They also said in an interview before that game came out, while they were making it, saying, the future of this series depends on how this does.
Oh, cool. Hey, what's up, bro? Make a new Mana, and while you're at it, do one of these remakes for Parasite Eve. You will be surprised by how well it does.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't the author fucking hate them?
Only up to a certain dollar amount.
It'll be fine. It's called Parasite Steve, and it plays exactly the same as Parasite Steve.
That's what they were trying to do with Third Birthday, and I think they got sued.
Parasite Steve.
Never forget, Aya Brea was supposed to be in Kingdom Hearts. But the staff kept saying, no, we want Aerith, so she got replaced by Aerith.
Oh, that's terrible.
Lame.
That's terrible. I mean, Aerith's fine, but we had a lot of Final Fantasy characters. I feel like Aya Brea would have been good.
I also think that's terrible. That would have been dope.
Yeah, she would have been like, "Hey, kid, you want to learn how to light people on fire with your mind?"
She just points a gun at Donald.
We need her, and then that dude from Galarians.
Oh my god!
Stop!
Oh, no.
We just need the intro to Galarian's Ryan. You know, just blare that fucking... Oh, wait, Ryan's the film. What's the name of the Galarian's Ash? That intro is fucking hilarious. We did a Giving Games a Chance on that. Go watch it.
Man, part of me's like, I wish that were in the newer era where we just play all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, if we did a live stream of that'd be pretty great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The era where you're super brave.
Hey guys, why haven't you done a Button to Pixel in a while? We streamed 400 hours this month. Oh.
So I have an idea for a theme month.
I did have someone ask me for not one but two different streams today, and I'm like, it's the beginning of Clanktober. Now is the worst time to ask me.
So my limbs are falling off.
Please, sir, pull one punch.
And when the themed month ends, consoles will be out in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
Yeah. I'm starting to get anxious. We have to go.
Okay.
We've been waiting for months to figure out what the fuck's going on with this Yakuza shit. Where it's like, did Xbox seriously fucking pay for timed exclusivity on a next gen version of a Yakuza game?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It's Yakuza 7 is coming to PS5 March 2nd.
For 4 months. Not even 4 months.
Yeah, for 4 months. It'll
3 and a half.
Free upgrade. It'll be a free upgrade, but saves don't transfer.
Yeah, the saves don't transfer is insane.
Do we have any Sony game where saves are transferring? Oh, yeah. Miles Morales.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
So it's possible.
And I assume Sackboy, but we'll have to test that when it comes out.
Maybe if we nag them enough, they'll do it.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention this in the news, but Sackboy Adventure, they showed off 4 different Sackboys themed on Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Deacon Days Gone. Yes.
Everyone added me, and then we did Freaker Gang, and I had to say, Reminder, someone called me a Sony shill because they thought Freaker Gang was a real hashtag Sony created.
Oh my god!
Don't we also get Connors from Detroit?
Yes, and Connor from Detroit. This is a great set.
Wonderful hair. His hair looks beautiful.
This is honestly one of the things I love about Little Big Planet is like Sackboys trying to be characters from Metal Gear and other shit. There's something absolutely adorable about it. So these pics are incredible.
It looks so good.
I'm the Sackboy sent by CyberLife. Why is the lion Sackboy T-posing?
I don't know. It's really good, though.
Also,
I forgot this has online co-op. I'm really excited for this.
oh yeah, no,
I can't
I'm really
wait to
excited.
throw KZ off the side of things in real life. I mean,
Also, the fact that they went, this isn't like a Little Big Planet game, so we actually put a lot of work into the moves to make it work like a platformer.
Yeah, they were like, we want it to feel really good, so the game runs at 60 frames per second. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
now make another Little Big Planet game.
Get back in the mines. But yeah, they also have the physical version that's special that comes with the Lion Sackboy. So I'm gonna get that because people don't know I'm a Little Big Planet fan.
Until Sony has a game that is going to be on both systems that also does not transfer saves, I'm just gonna assume this is a Sega thing.
Okay, so the PS4 remaster, the PS4 Spider-Man doesn't transfer those saves to the PS5 remaster.
It just doesn't work because of his new face.
They couldn't save it. His face is different.
Yeah, but that's also like considered a new thing, right? It's like a new game. It has a separate trophy list. It has a separate Peter. So
KZ, a separate but equal Peter.
Oh my god.
Yes, a separate but equal Peter. I can understand that.
I'm going to argue that's a lesser Peter. I don't think these are equal Peters. Quick, let's put both out and we can measure it.
You have hate in your heart.
But yeah, I mean, we have games where the saves are going to transfer fine. This whole thing with the PS4 Spider-Man, though, has people convinced their saves don't transfer at all for PS4 games.
Right, which is crazy. Like, there's no way that
it's deranged.
We keep talking about how because Sony doesn't come out and do a presentation about your games work on the new system, we get insane questions like, but do the discs work? It's like, yeah, it's a Blu-ray.
It's like, all right, well, I'll just make up a question, and because they aren't going to answer it for me, this is the new truth.
Yeah, that's a little bit, yeah.
What, you mean I can't use my saves on my PS4 games that are running in a PS4 compatibility mode?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the only way to transfer it is with the serial cable. That's right, we built the serial port onto the PS5, so you have to get a USB to serial cable.
Jesus.
Okay.
I think this is ludicrous with the Yakuza, because it's like, that game's an RPG.
Yes.
It's pointless to buy that at launch. If you
want
to...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to do it and then shotgun it and then be like, now I have the PS5 version if I ever go back.
But see, okay, but here's the thing, okay? Assuming it can play the PS4 version of the PS4 back compat mode, the only thing you have to worry about is opting into the digital upgrade, which we got information on how that works, by the way. I need to go into that. As long as you don't opt into the upgrade for the PS5 specific version, then your save will work fine on your PS5. Because this game will run on your PS5. It just won't be the PS5 version that looks better in some non-specific way.
I assume it's just higher res. Like, that's probably the only difference.
Higher frame rate.
Well, technically, running a PS4 game on a PS5 should yield higher frame rate. So that's weird.
Yeah.
This is so weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if they capped or not, but I just saw people getting excited over fucking the trailer they put out for the clip where it's like, oh shit, the Draken engine at 60. Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that
so we got information about how the PS4 to PS5 upgrades work. If you have a PS4 copy of a game and you can get the PS5 copy for free, you know, it has that PS5 upgrade available symbol on it. All you do is stick the disc into your PS5, and then there's an option that pops up that says digital upgrade. You select that option and it downloads the PS5 version, and that's now registered to your account. So let's go through those steps again for anyone who didn't pay attention. If you have a digital PS5, but you bought a physical PS4 game, you cannot get the PS5 version of that game because you cannot stick the disc into your PS5.
Yeah, I think this is totally expected. It's a physical game. It's not going to give you anything to do with the digital PS5. The digital PS5 is the L console, like always.
It's funny as shit. I don't know. The Series S is over there. It's way less of an L than that. What were you going to ask, Casey?
Is the arrogant Sony back? Because that doesn't work.
It's funny that I see the meme of arrogant Sony a lot. I'm like, nothing they've done has worried me that much. Like, the rising cost of games is a real thing.
People use that over Yakuza because they didn't understand it.
What?
They didn't understand the next gen thing, so they were like, Sony isn't trying, and it's the Sony one's coming out late, so it's clearly their fault and not Microsoft paying.
Okay.
People,
it's weird.
So here's the weirdest scenario. What if that PS5 version comes out and just looks a lot more next gen than the Xbox version?
That might happen.
It might.
Just because they have the extra
most Yakuza things are like Sony related, and they have the most experience with that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, we haven't seen anything comparing the Xbox One X version of Yakuza to the Series X version of Yakuza, so
yeah,
it might be pretty identical.
The versions of consoles and marketing is getting really funny.
Yeah, back and pads made this weird.
I saw the Cyberpunk commercial they put out.
Oh.
Today,
yeah,
where it's like live action Keanu and he like gets in a car and they show some gameplay footage, but at the end it shows all the main consoles that are current gen, and at the bottom in text it says also plays great on Xbox Series X and PS5. No logos, just the text, and they like highlight the console names. And I just like the idea, plays great on these.
It's funny because if you think about it, we haven't had consoles that just played all the games from the prior console in 15 years, 14 years, because the 360 didn't even do that.
Oh,
only the PS3 did that.
Oh, that
I
hurts.
just thought it was funny that they don't like put them available on the consoles. They just let you know in text they're on those and they play great.
Yeah, because people want to see the box that says PS5.
I mean,
they want to buy Cyberpunk in a box that says PS5 because how else will I know it runs?
What a nightmare version would it would be if they got the PS5 version out a few months later and your save didn't transfer. One of those Witcher-like games where it's huge.
So this doesn't even make sense for arrogant Sony meme. Here's why. Old Sony, PS3 Vita era Sony, had cloud transfers for saves. That was very normal for their cross-play initiative.
Yeah, people are stupid. It's fine.
Yeah, but so I don't think this should be that common. There should be a way to fix this. You should be able to download your save from the PlayStation Plus cloud and just adapt that to the PS5 version. I don't know why Yakuza doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, arrogant Sony sold me a thing that I could adapt my PS2 memory card to my PS3.
Yes,
yeah,
I know. I bought one.
Yeah, I bought one too, and you can very easily hack PS2 memory cards with it, thank God. Actually, no, that's Bob's. I didn't buy one because I didn't have money.
Yeah.
All right. We have one more thing.
Yes.
The most important thing. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, a CG series, is coming to Netflix in 2021.
Stars Leon and Claire.
Written and directed by Chris Redfield.
Yes, that was Phil's note in my news.
I'm directing Leon. You can't escape this time.
In this scene, you come.
In this scene, you finish inside my sister.
Here I was just going to make a darkness, ouchie, ouch joke. But yeah, no.
You pull out, you're fired.
Jesus Christ.
If it's not in, it's not a win.
So I'm not excited for this, but I'll watch it.
I need to watch those other CG movies. I hear they're really great.
I keep seeing that clip on Twitter of them doing a gunfight where they just keep spinning in circles over and over again.
It looks amazing, yes.
Yes, it does. Dan?
Yeah.
We're out of news. What are you doing?
I am apparently pre-ordering a physical version of Sackboy: A Big Adventure because I need that lion Sackboy to go with my other Sackboys.
I gotta pre-order that so I can
So you could be Deacon Day's stack.
No, I want fucking Connor, the sack sent by Cyberlife.
Yes, the sack sent by the Cyberlife. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to pre-order that. We're starting Clanktober, so you guys should definitely be over at twitch.tv/GigaBoots as we play through an unbelievable shitload of Ratchet & Clank games. Basically getting everyone up to speed for the new one coming out next year. As someone who's barely played any Ratchet & Clank, I would say a total of 6 hours across all of them. Maybe 7. This is going to be a hell of a ride. I have no idea how rough Ratchet & Clank 1 is. And I played enough, and it seemed serviceable. Seemed all right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ratchet & Clank Bunch is exciting and scary because there's so many games.
Yeah. Looking forward to the variety stream of Ratchet & Clank Lives Matters. I have no idea how dire that's going to be.
I played that one. It's okay.
I
played it on PSP, so it's okay in the PSP-like dimension.
Yeah.
Where your expectations are different, but they also put it on PS2.
Oh, I was just going to play it on my PlayStation TV that's hacked, but I guess we could look at the PS2 version, see how that looks. But that's...
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's basically what we're up to. KZ, what are you up to?
Laughing at the fact that my file for this podcast has split and it's going to be 1 minute long. Aside from that, videos. Just living. I have no special plans.
Video games. Feel?
Streams will happen, and they'll probably keep showing up in the pod lords talking about morphogenetic field.
And some other fucked up shit.
Yeah, I can't wait for all ice.
Give me a good ending. Give me something. Work with me here.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that snack aisle? Sir, peanut buttery goodness, sir. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a podlord today. This month's GigaBoots videos were brought to you by our lordly executive producers, Esme, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, We Fall Now, and the Ghost of Adam Admar implores you to play more Saga. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these guys. Soar on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots and become an executive producer today.